All right, listen. I say it every single time, but I'm excited about this tonight. This is going to be a ton of fun. We got guys in the back. We've got Matt Morton, who had the Turbo LS Ford truck, the blue one. We've got Mike Corsilli, who I've been referring to as Corsilli every time I talk about him. He had the Cat Eye Chevrolet truck that went like tens. That was a fun truck. We got Robbie Dowdy of obviously Coastal. Well, he was in the Trailblazer SS. Can't remember the name of the channel. He's gonna kill me. I see him shaking his head down there. Basically, tonight we're going to do a recap of Sick Week. We're going to do a recap of Sick Week for the next few weeks, and then we're going to go right into Drag and Drive content. And we have Drag and Drive events that are coming up. There are 9 events left for 2022 that I know of. If you know of any other Drag and Drive content, let me know. Message me, DM me, get a hold of me. We're going to talk about all of them throughout the year. There's one at Thunder Valley that we're going to have Jared Holt on in, I think, 2 weeks to talk about it. It's Thunder Valley. They basically do like a 200-mile cruise. We have our own Drag and Drive event that we've hosted for about 4 years. That's the second weekend of April. Starts at Mocan, goes to Sedalia, Missouri, goes back to Mocan, which is in Joplin, Missouri. It's all for charity for the Northwest Arkansas Children's Shelter. We'll talk about it in a couple weeks. But tonight is all about Sick Week. Sick Week stories. What day was their favorite? What track was their favorite? Did they have any breakdowns? Which Mike has a ton of good ones on that one. He had the trans out of the truck, I think, twice at least. So we'll get to all that. Guys, I want to thank Destroyer 1320. He is the sponsor for all of the live streams that have to do with Sick Week. Certainly appreciate his sponsorship. Look for some of that going forward too. Really cool guy, really great product. Obviously, it's the neutral safety cover for 2015 to 2021 Dodge cars. I had talked to Big Game like I was going to mess with some Dodge owners while we were down there. And then literally, like these guys are going to say in a minute, you just run out of time. Like it's chaos. You try and cram as many interviews in. You try and talk to as many people. You walk 7 miles a day, and you just run out of time to do that kind of stuff. So thanks to Destroyer 1320. Thanks to everybody that's been part of this podcast room. I know I said the panels are coming. Apparently, they were on back order after I ordered them. So I'm going to have to get creative, maybe hang a rug up on the wall or something. But I want to thank Dino Cardella, Donovan Green, Tyler Petram, Tom Stark, Matt Monroe, Ryan Wing, and Big Bad Daddy, the Cowboy Yankee, John Marat, for donating enough to get us this room a lot faster than we would have by ourselves. Okay, enough of my rambling. Y'all, let's bring in some guests. Let's bring in Matt first, and then we got Mike Corsilli, and we got Robbie Dowdy. Hey. So,
Alexa, stop.
This is he's playing some upbeat music in the back. I heard it. Was it the new what is it? We don't talk about Bruno from Encanto.
Yeah, something like that.
That's all my kids play.
To say something.
Nice. So let's do this with 3 guests. It's probably the easiest if we set up like a way for people to answer questions. So we'll start with Matt over there. It's backwards. So we're going to work our way around the Brady Bunch circle here. And so tell everybody, who you are, what you drove, just a quick recap. And then obviously where they can find you, social media, all that kind of stuff. And then while you guys are doing that, I'll be running through the comments that are over in the chat.
Okay, well, my name is Matthew Morton. You can find me on Instagram at motron.engineer. We drove a 77 F100 with a 5.3-liter turbo LS and a 480 transmission, both of which we had built completely from scratch, literally 2 weeks before Sick Week. And the very first time we drove it on the road to test it, the 480 didn't have 4th gear. So we had to... Well, when we bought it, it didn't have 4th gear, so that was the reason why we built the transmission, of which we had never done before. So I'm glad it made the entire week.
Yeah, for sure.
Throughout the week, the truck ran pretty slowly. I think the best we did was 14:08 at 101. When it should have been in the 11s, but there was tons of problems with that. But I guess we can get back to later after everyone's introduced themselves. So.
Yeah, we definitely have a topic. Yeah, we'll do you, Mike. We definitely have the topic of what broke during the week. So
yeah,
yes.
Mike Corsilli on Instagram. It's Mike Murica LSX. I had an 03 Silverado Cat Eye Turbo LS with a 6-liter in it. It ran actually really good. It decided to break before the event, which we'll get into that. We fixed it, transmission issues, which I'm always breaking stuff. But other than that, it ran really good. The last day it ran probably its fastest time with that motor ever.
Nice.
Very cool, very cool. And so I'm Robbie on Coastal Racecraft. So we got a YouTube channel on Instagram, Facebook, whole 9 yards. So we had a Trailblazer SS Surprise LS powered, and then we also had a you couldn't miss it. It was a CTSV that had flames all the way down the side of it, and we did pretty good on that one. The Trailblazer, different story, but Cadillac did pretty good. So not bad. 1 out of 2.
Just
Right.
anyways,
Cadillac was really cool.
He caused Derek from Vice Grip Garage to roll his trailer, by the way.
Yeah,
That's
that
his
was my
fault.
fault. That was 100% my fault.
Dude, so what happened? Because we were pulling out and that we were literally, I was sitting in the car and I was closing the door and I saw it and I was like, let's get the hell out of here right now.
Yeah, so of course you guys know how busy that road was pulling in and out of there. And
You mean A1A? Like, the
Beach
main
Road
coast-
Avenue. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was little busy. So I sat there and of course did the gentlemanly thing and went to go let him out, and of course like 6 more cars came through, and then finally we had it open. I was like, go ahead, man. So he romps on it, turns it sideways, trailer goes over, and I was like, man, that's what they get for being a nice guy, I guess. The guy tears the stuff up, but
I don't think that's the first time he's flipped
Oh,
it.
that was funny.
And he got out with a smile. He was laughing. He got out and obviously like he had his camera and was recording immediately. What surprised me? Did you guys see all the YouTubers recording with their phones?
Oh yeah,
that surprised me.
Oh yeah,
that's all I use. Like
yeah, but we're small YouTubers, man.
I know.
Yeah, but the phones do so good though.
Yeah,
they really do. I mean, it's amazing. Like, I mean, this thing right here, it's for what they cost. I guess they ought to be pretty good. But
right.
I use GoPro stuff like in car and like outside the car. Everything else is literally shot on my phone. I mean, that's
awesome.
Yeah, works pretty good.
Yeah. Scott Malpas asked, did the attrition rate surprise anyone? Not at all. Not at all. I don't know how many fell out. I could probably figure it out pretty quick. But
I think the official count was like 82 or something.
Wow, it was a good amount.
I think it was 80 something. It was 60 after the first 2 days.
Yeah, there's a ton of. So I've been going through all of the standings to see, like all the fun cars and things like that. See where everybody stood, and like there's a lot that didn't make it past day 1, and some of them didn't even turn in a slip on day 1. So here's my first question for you guys: if someone doesn't make it through day 1, well, I guess there really wasn't anybody that was on the wait list that was present that didn't get in.
Yeah,
so,
everybody.
So, yeah.
There were 341 cars, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think there was supposed to be 350, and some people got in off the wait list. So,
yep. Jimmy Reinhardt, who had the brown Nova.
Oh, that dude was really nice.
Boosted by Rhino. Yeah. He waited till almost 8 o'clock to make sure nobody else. He was the last car to get teched in, and he was on the wait list. And that's what they kept telling him. Yeah, they're like, just hang out, man. We got to see if we're going to get there or not. So that was pretty wild.
Speaking of, that tech line was insane.
Oh,
it was cool. I get to talk to everybody and see some.
It was fun, but man,
it wasn't 7 hours fun. Yeah,
no. We got there at 8, and I told my buddy, I'm like, we should have gotten here.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, I think if you had been there like 7, I don't know if they'd have let you in. We got in the line once and then turned back around because I was like, we're not ready. Shit, we should have just stayed. We'd have been done an hour earlier. So, but I don't really know what was taking so long, because like they would have, like all they did under the, we're a slow car. All they did for us under the tent was just numbers. Really, they had already like the tech guys were walking back through the line. So, I mean, maybe early on they were teching under there, but they weren't at the end. I can
imagine is the A and B cars, or like mostly the A cars, were just taking a very long time, but there really weren't that many.
Yeah.
No, there was how many? Like 20, 30 something?
Not enough to cause a delay that long.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I don't know how they fixed that, but Rocky Mountain Race Week goes pretty quick. That's the only one I have to gauge it by. but those guys move through the starting line. So if folks aren't there, I mean, they're like moving cars through instead of like as far as cars moving along in one single file to 4 lines and then do all that tech stuff.
So it's actually funny with that. I was talking to the ladies in the under the tent. I'm like, yeah, everybody says it goes better than drag week, and they're like, yeah, we do drag week too. I was like, well, nice to be in here.
Like, what happened?
Yeah. What happens on drag week, you slow asses? Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah. I ended up cornering whatever the his last name's Turk, I guess. The guy Keith Turk. Yep.
Dude's a legend.
Oh yeah, kind of cornered him over on the side one day. He was having a cigarette, and I was talking to him for a second. And it's just crazy the amount of stuff that goes into an event this large.
Oh yeah.
You're talking about trying to make the 500 people happy, or 500 cars happy. Yeah. I don't know how many people that ends up being, but
you figure. I mean, it's hard enough to like do a drag race. Then you have to like organize the whole street aspect of it too. Times 5 days, 5 locations. Yeah, it's
not everybody's going to be happy, but people cry sometimes. So well.
So for our drag and drive that we do in April, I was laying out the route today, trying to find checkpoints. I mean, I can't even imagine trying to find checkpoints that 100 cars could get in at one time. We're looking at like probably 30 or 40 cars total. It would just be insane to try and put something like that together.
That's definitely something I would give a plus to Tom Bailey for Sick Week, because all of the checkpoints were really solid stops.
Yeah.
There was plenty of room for all the cars, or they were like really interesting places where you can stop and stretch your legs.
Yep. Yeah, we needed that for sure. It seemed like we this is a good question. So, it's 150 miles a day. It's not far. Did it take you guys 5 hours too?
Yeah, it took forever.
I don't think I ever made it to a hotel before 10 p.m.
Man, if you follow Chuck, like you got to have like 3 overdrives, because my God, like I called Chuck like midway. I was like, dude, I'm running like 2,700 RPM. Like you got to slow it down a little bit, man. I got a 480E and it's like, still got it pegged,
Yeah.
So you kind of
I know the pain.
Yeah.
I was at 3,000
for a little bit.
Yeah, I was at 3,000 at like 70 miles an hour. I was like, and all we got is E85. We got to find somewhere. We ran on X85 for half of the trip. That's really expensive.
That got pricey.
Yeah. Yeah, we were running 91 and 93 all the time in the Model A. Probably didn't even need it at all, but we were running it because we were like, we're not going to take a chance.
Yeah.
So let's get through some of the stuff, will you do another drag and drive, things like that. And then I definitely want to talk about what we all broke. So Jonathan Stonecipher always says, and he said it before I even started doing this, he said, after a drag and drive, you'll either be a forever or never. So the question is, will you guys ever attend another drag and drive event?
Absolutely.
100%.
Definitely. That was awesome.
Yeah. It's it will change your life. It just because there's so many like-minded people around the same thing, and you're driving your freaking hot rods, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. The camaraderie and like family atmosphere. I mean, we stopped on the side of the road. Oh my God, I lost count around 50 times, and literally every single time someone stopped and helped us. Especially what was his name, Jesse, in the John Deere tractor truck. That guy probably stopped and helped me 20 times.
Yeah, because you guys had a bunch.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, isn't it crazy? He was. I was watching some Racers and Rods channel today, and they were doing interviews with folks too. And he was talking like he worked at John Deere. His dad worked at John Deere, and it's a legit John Deere tractor. Front and cab, and it's titled as a John Deere and all that kind of stuff. That dude's crazy. Like that's next level crazy.
Especially on the day when it rained.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, that was a miserable day of driving.
Oh man.
Yeah. We had water coming in the window. So Justin's fixing a little bit of that stuff, but other than that, it ran pretty well, except for what we thought was spark and ended up being a fuel filter. So it was a good time. Let's see. So another drag. Have you guys? Is there any that's on your radar for 2022?
Yeah, I already. I don't know if we're gonna do it or not because I got a baby on the way here. So.
Oh yeah, you're not doing anything.
Yeah, probably not. But wishful thinking. I booked some hotel rooms for drag week. I don't know if we're gonna do it or not. I don't even know when the registration is for that, but
Yeah.
I booked some hotels for it. So, and then I was actually talking to Chuck last night, and we were looking at Race Week 2.0.
Oh, nice.
So, because that one's, I mean, that's not terrible. I mean, Texas is a haul for us, but
Yeah.
it ain't horrible. So, like, I won't be able to do all of them, but like, has 2.0 the registration? Have they even done that yet or no?
I hope
I
not.
do
Okay.
not think so.
Yeah, because I
don't
like
think so.
it's so hard to keep track of them all. I know they did
Yeah.
1.0.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how things go, but I'd like to either do drag week or 2.0.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain Race Week 2.0 was sort of on our radar. We're going to see how the truck ends up the rest of this year. We're probably going to just try and iron out a bunch of things before Sick Week next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we signed up for 2.0 Rocky Mountain Race Week. I mean, I'm like 298 on the list, so that's a long
awesome.
drive. That's like a 26-hour drive.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot of
Yeah.
driving. It's what, 1,500 miles, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are
I've-
very long drives.
I've been out there to Topeka, I think, for a race, and it was like, it's just, you're like a zombie for like 26 hours, just straight
Pretty much.
out.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It'd be cool. I mean, I would like to go to a closer one. When is the one in April for you guys?
It's April 8th, 8th and 10th. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be at a charity thing for one of my buddies.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be nice to go to that one year.
Yeah. Yeah. We'd welcome you for sure. This will be the first year. So we're doing day one is racing at night at the drag strip. And then the loop ends up Saturday night. There's a cruise night for a big car club that, helps us and supports us in all these years. And so that's their yearly kickoff for their cruise night. So the second night is actually just the cruise night, and then back Sunday for racing. So
There you go. Very cool.
yeah, it'll be fun. It's real laid back. So
I want to quit my job and just do all of them, but good God, like,
God, dude,
my
I'm
credit
telling you,
card statement right
Just
now.
get better at YouTube.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
become a
Yeah.
YouTuber, you'll be good to go.
I'm telling you, I'm
Yeah.
like, let's see here. I got like 570 now, so I'm only like 1.5 million people away from.
yeah,
You'll
getting to
get that.
Oh, yeah.
It'll
So-
be soon.
But Monday,
You'll be there in no time.
Tuesday, I should be pretty close.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. You'll pick up at least 3 or 4 from this one.
Oh, yeah.
Being on here. Yeah, that's the plan. So listen, if there's any sponsors that want to write a big check, you just
Yeah.
start sending it our way.
I can
Come
spend some
on.
money, make no mistake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't let me not have a day job and have a whole lot of money in the bank. It's real dangerous.
Well, Scott Brown taught me how to be an influencer, so I should be good.
There you go.
Nice.
No better to learn from than Scott Brown. So.
Yeah. What do you say? You just got to run 850s in a car that looks like it runs 1850s.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah,
Man, there was a it was either a 52 or a 53. It was very similar to like Scott's build, but it was white with the green roof, and they were right in front of us
Oh,
in
yeah.
the tech line. And God, I can't remember the guy's name, but they were from Canada. Super awesome people. And man, I was so pumped to see that thing run, and I think they heard it either
Yeah.
Sunday or Monday.
Yeah,
they never
I
got
don't
to
recall
record a
seeing
time.
that one.
Yeah, it was super. It was literally just like Scott's car, but it was like
Yep.
a year or two different. And yeah, they heard it like before. I think they heard it on Sunday. So short week for them, unfortunately.
yeah. That was a really cool car. The patina on the body was awesome.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. There's so
Yeah, it
many
was
cool cars there, man. I tell you.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
Like even going back through the list of like the standings, I was like, oh, I forgot about that one. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Watching everyone's recap videos has been like my entire week.
Yeah. I've literally had them playing all day, every day in the background. When I hear something cool, I like jump over and look. So
There you go.
Did you guys see it was a C2 vet, and it was maroon and black. It was turbo. Did you guys see that the first day?
mm-mm.
It was a beautiful
I saw
car.
the red one.
Yeah, I
was
saw
a
that
red
like
one, but I don't remember
that
the
candy
maroon and
red
black
one,
one.
but
So the maroon one,
Yeah.
we were cruising. We stopped with him, and he was with a old Chevy wagon. It was like a cream-colored wagon with like steel wheels, but it was a turbo LS. Like when you pop the hood, you're like, oh shit. But
Nice.
we stopped to help him. He was overheating the first day, and his water pump was sitting on his exhaust housing.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, hey man, you gotta like move that. That's probably why it's
Yeah.
overheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
super nice guy, but I don't think he made it the first
It
day.
sucks. Did you guys see that? It was like a pale yellow 55 Chevy wagon.
That was it.
Was that it? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was Turbo LS. It was really
yeah. Oh,
sneaky.
that car was like, it looked bone stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those guys, they were on the side of the road at one point. I thought it was just probably like a stock 6-cylinder or something.
Yeah, and I mean the car, it's got the original wheels, original hubcaps, and all that stuff. And we stopped at a
Those are the
gas
best.
station, and they had the hood open, and we went over there and looked at it. And like, I about fell on the ground. I mean, like, I don't know why. I mean, Turbo LS is so mainstream now, but like, they opened the hood. It just, the car didn't fit.
Yeah.
From the outside, which I guess is what they were going for. But I mean, it had like independent rear suspension and everything. I was like, man,
it had a lot of nice stuff on it.
Yeah, that was actually one of my favorite cars of the whole week.
That's cool. And it was a whole family. It was a dad and wife and 2 kids. I think they were.
It might have been the guy
young
with the
teenagers.
Corvettes family, honestly.
Maybe maybe so. Yeah. But yeah,
it was parked. It was parked down there by the stackers. Like as we moved in. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, there was a lot of really neat stuff. I mean, just the green regular cab truck that's like autocross and drag race.
Yeah, that thing was wild.
Yeah,
that thing ran 9s.
Yeah, it runs 990s, right?
Yeah, him, and there was a black like 95 Silverado with stick. He went at 970 at like 143. I saw
that. Yeah, which I guess evidently those 2 trucks are the fastest full size stick shift trucks. I guess you've been going back and forth as far as like who's got the record for that. So yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll turn it up a little bit if you're on the same race with those guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, hang on. I just had a thought because we were talking about how close it was. Did you guys see the post on Instagram about the top 7 cars in street race were like 0.16 apart for the average for the week? Like,
oh man,
7 cars,
man.
That class is so cutthroat.
Oh,
yeah, I was all the way at the top of that at like 12th. I actually was in 10th place. If they would have let me run faster than a 10, I would have been, I think, like 9th or 10th or something like that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. We had Chuck in 275 just because that's kind of like, I mean, granted, not competitive just right now. It doesn't run the ET, but man, I wish it did because I would love to be right there in the mix with those guys. I mean, that's we were we were parked next to Matt with the green Miata at Gainesville, and
that thing's fast.
That car is outrageous.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So yeah, I'd say right there. Then kind of going back to my roots, like with the bracket race and stuff, I can relate to it a lot. So them guys got it going on, man. I'll give it to them. This is very, very, very cool cars.
To be that consistent, that short of a wheelbase, and a Miata. I mean, dude, that car was insane.
I cannot imagine running an 850 in a fucking Miata.
No.
Well,
those are terrifying at like 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's like, you guys see the Triumph Spitfire with the turbo?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Following him. And I'm like, dude, you're out of your mind.
Yeah. Did you see some of the videos? That car like leaned real hard.
Yeah, I think it had it looked like it had like a Silverado rear end. I know it was 6 lugs. So
yeah, it had something way too big.
I think he said it was a Nissan truck rear axle or something like that.
Maybe so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It was interesting to say the least. Got a lot of attention. So
yeah, that's for sure. Scott says El Toro needed one good 850 to win and ran 2 or 3 849s.
I was definitely rooting for those guys, man. I'm like a closet clean. I mean, El Toro is what it is, but I love Fox Body. He's it's the only really Ford product that I really like, and it would have been cool to see them, but I think everybody's very deserving of their wins, man. It was some close racing right there at the end.
Oh man, absolutely.
Yeah, the Miata guy said I was in line with him to turn the slips in, and he said he had made 5 passes Friday night.
Damn.
I got
one. Us too. So not only was he beating on
I got
it,
one.
Yeah. We were. I really feel like we had a 12-second pass when Justin went up to make the last pass. He had, he was against Reggie in the Oregon Grinder rat rod truck car, and so that Reggie was like, "I'm fixing to put it on the bumper. I'm fixing to do a big old wheelie right here." And so Justin's watching him like this. he's like, "Oh man!" And So I was like, shit. So we needed that second pass. We were like the last 4 cars in line. So yeah, we definitely did not get in.
Oh, I'm sure after a year, I'm sure he'll be working on that thing and have that thing in the 11s before you even know it anyway. So
Right. Yeah, that car has a ton of potential. It has an 8-inch forward rear axle with some 3.0 gears. So he's going to find a 8.8 and do like a 373 and a locker and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be fun.
Absolutely.
James has the blue Carmagia that I misspelled the name of and probably butchered the video, but he did great. It's doing great on TikTok. Tons of comments over there on that video.
Yeah, he was next to me in the pits the last day. That car is beautiful.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
he was following us to. God, it all starts running together. Maybe like Orlando or something. I don't know, but and we were rolling, and he was keeping up with it. And I should know better. I mean, if I watched it like on 1320 video, and evidently the thing rolls pretty good. But I was like,
it runs 11, I think.
Yeah, Frick Carmagia got it going on, man.
Yeah, and it's not some it's a crazy. I mean, it's Volkswagen powered big turbo stick car. I mean, pretty neat.
Yeah, and it was clean.
Yeah,
it was so clean.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome. Let's see here. We got Chair Force 1 checking in. He's trying to do 1.0 with Jason Schaefer, who had the chicken coop, and then Reggie. So I think he's going out there for that. That'll be fun. And welcome to your new lifestyle of drag and drive events for sure. And then Two Tall says, Rocky Mountain Race Week is right in my alleyway. Lives in Eastern Kansas. Yeah, that'll I really want to do 1.0, but I've always said, the 10 days away is what kills me. But I was gone to Florida for 10 days this time. So, we need to pick up a sponsor so I can do that. I can do Sick Week 1.0, 2.0, Drag Week, all that kind of stuff. So, all right. Let's talk about passes and your best ET of the week and what your average was.
Well, so our best ET was 1408 on the last day at 101, when realistically that truck should have been doing low 12s. I was hoping, but that comes.
I have the same set. Are you on the stock ECU? Or are you on?
No, I'm a Terminator X Max.
Never mind, because my speed limiter was turned on mine, and so I would run 14.0s at 98 or 99, depending on how hard I was coming on. So that's the only reason I thought about that, because in my C10 truck.
Man, I was doing everything I could in the tune, short of blowing that truck up, to get it to go faster. But the biggest problem we were running into is what was actually causing all of our troubles through the whole week, and brakes that were constantly locking up. So the brakes were on the entire pass. Burn out everything. The rear brakes were locked up the whole time. So we were dragging the brakes the whole time.
Nice.
It doesn't need to be right. It just needs to be running. So
100%. There were so many cars like that. Yeah.
Our brake rotors were so warped and black and cracked and everything at the end of the week.
Nice.
We've taken the entire truck, all the brake systems, everything out so far.
Yeah, I said I would have had a vice grip you could have used. Just plug the brakes off. You don't need the rear brakes.
There you go.
It was actually the master cylinder that was causing all the problems.
Ah, damn.
Something is
you gotta have that thing.
And yeah. So literally we had the rear brakes locking up on us the entire week. And Thursday, when the long drive, we finally decided to plug the rear brakes. We plugged those, drove all day Thursday, not a single problem. Woke up Friday morning, got on the road, 10 minutes, the front brakes started locking up. That's what turned an hour and a half, 2 hour drive into a 6 hour drive.
Jeez.
But we drug the rear brakes the entire drag strip every single time.
Probably making good boost though.
Yeah, I mean, it's I had forgotten all of my wastegate springs, so all I had was a 9-pound spring, and I was not about to turn on the boost controller and crank that sucker up. Yeah. So it because the tune had no wide open throttle tuning. So we were just like, okay, I hope this truck doesn't blow up.
Right. 815 says, is it still as much fun running 14s? You said his 240 would probably run 13s or 14s.
Absolutely.
Yes, it absolutely is.
Come on out, man. I'm telling you.
It feels incredibly fast, but then you look at that time slip and go, wow, that was not incredibly fast, but it's still fun.
Yeah. That's awesome. Mike?
Our best pass was the last night. We actually kept turning the truck up and up. It went a 963 at 141 the last pass. Finally,
Come on, dude.
Nice.
so we're still going to be turning up more. It was on like 22, 23 pounds to 60 foot down, like a 142. Because I actually left hard off the trans brake. That 10 bolt is still screaming at this point, but it ran good. I think I average was like a 1040. I went like a 10-1 the same day at like 107 miles an hour. I mean, I used the brakes a lot. Yeah, the first day was a 1030. Then I went a 1030 at 101. And then South Georgia, I blew the tires off because it unloaded the suspension. And it went a 10.9 at 95. But all in all, I mean, it did pretty good. I mean, that's a stock 6-liter.
That's fast.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
Especially that at that weight too. I mean, that's rolling.
Yeah, it was 45.50 with me in it. Was a
Come
race weight.
on.
So I'm actually heading to Matt Happel's next weekend.
Nice.
Old sloppy.
And we're gonna
Oh,
refine the tune a little bit, turn it up, and see if we can make over 1,000. Yeah, it's a gapped ring 6-liter. That's all it's in there right now.
That's awesome, dude.
Got it. It held it.
Yeah, and it drove 800 miles, and then so it's seasoned now. It's ready.
Yeah, I just changed the oil and did the plugs in it, and it's
broken in now. Now nothing can go wrong.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Robbie, what about you guys?
Oh man. So like on our last show, you were talking about that converter, like, the birth converter being too tight. Well, it was way worse than I even thought it would be. So our as soon as that, man, the first day, like on Sunday on our first test pass, when it left, I was like, oh, this thing's a dog. So our 60 foot was it was like 172. It should be like 148. And
damn.
But it's been so long since I run it naturally aspirated. And so we went down there, went 1181 or whatever. So our Monday we went 1181, and I told myself, hey, we ain't gonna get involved in the competition. We're here to have fun. Like, I'm just gonna make some passes. So Monday we went 1181. Of course, Tuesday we got rained out, and then Wednesday we went 1181. So the whole fun thing went out the window, and I was like, we're here to race. Like, we're winning DYO. Like, we're doing it. And so day 3 I had like a 9,000 average, which was, I think we were like 4th or 5th on Wednesday.
Nice.
And then Thursday, where were we at? Georgia? Yeah. And it went an 84, and I kind of went back and forth, and I was like, do I make another run? But I was like, we kind of want to get on the road. So we hit the road, and then Friday, we got hung. It wasn't the track's fault. We got hung up in the lanes. Like, somebody broke right in front of me, or like 2 pairs ahead of us. And then so like you're running and running. So finally shut it off, started back up, and then the pair ahead of us, something happened to one of them.
Oh, you mean Chet when he fucked it all up for everybody?
So yeah, I made the out. So it was like, so the truck was like way hotter than I normally run it. So it slowed away, but we went like a 92. And so I was like, okay, no problem. We'll go back, and did a couple things to try and get it within that 81 to 84 range. Because at that point I could have I say easily, but I could have got 2nd or 3rd in DYO.
Oh, that's cool.
And we were in the lanes, and like 4 pair ahead of us is when they shut us down. So
yep.
I was a little upset in the moment, but it is what it is. And
what blew me away was like say that. Like, don't say get to the lanes, like being the lanes by 9. We're like, okay, see the lanes by 9. And then they were like, the Triumph pull it there to make a pass, and I was going to get a video of it, and Chet's car.
Yeah, that's something
listen, the only reason I'm giving Chet so much shit is because he can take it. Like the Tesla went to accelerate or went to take off and then didn't. Like, it was just, and it was like locked in place.
Yeah, apparently after he did the burnout, the car thought he'd been in a wreck, and it shut everything off.
Oh, jeez.
And it wouldn't let him do anything. It locked
the burnout was awesome. All 4 wheels just, it was cool. So anyways,
Friday night I was a little miffed, but I got over it.
Well, people had stopped coming in the lanes and all that kind of stuff. We were all excited. I was like, man, because I really felt like we had a 12. Yep.
Well, and there wasn't that many cars left, and like I know I'm not alone in this. I really could have used that 2nd run, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
we had a great time.
Yeah,
I'm going back.
Oh yeah.
The rest of the event was too awesome to let that bother me. I mean, obviously, I'd love to try and get that second or third. Because, like, I mean, really and truly, like, felt very confident we could have got second or third in DYO. But
it's funny that, driving through day 2, you're like, we're just here to have fun.
Yeah.
Then you're like an 81, you're like,
Nope.
Screw this.
Yep.
We're winning this bitch.
Here to win. So, but we did okay in that. And the Cadillac, man, that thing surprised us. So we went 1170 ish Sunday testing. We worked on it some more. Wound up getting a 1045 out of it.
Hold on, you went from 1170 to a 10.4.
Yeah.
Holy, pretty damn good.
Yeah. So we went 1045, 1040, no, something like that on Monday and Wednesday. So Chuck was only 5 thou apart, but he was in the 275 class, so it was all for nothing anyway. Yeah. And then Thursday we got a 1039 out of it, and then he only got one run on Friday as well. He was right behind me in the lanes, and because we had the Moon Tune and that thing for the second pass on Friday.
Yeah.
But the first pass Friday, I know the weather wasn't quite as good, and I told Chuck, I said, it's probably going to run anywhere from a 1039 to a 1043. Well, he goes up there with the engine ice cold, the intercoolers or the ice tank slam packed full of ice, and went a 1025. And I was like,
come on.
I about lost my mind on the starting line. And you would have thought he went a freaking 5-second quarter mile.
Yeah.
I was losing it. And
oh yeah.
So man, we were pumped. I mean, for what that thing is, I mean, it's a bolt-on CTSV with a halfway small cam in it. And we went 1025. So we're pumped, but we're already brainstorming some things to get that thing in the 9s. So that's going to be next.
Not
on the
much.
agenda. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, 3 tenths. We're right there. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Put a little spray on there, you'll get there.
Hell, we were still on 93 pump gas racing that thing.
Oh,
so
come on.
I think with just some E85, it will be there.
That's cool. We so Monday, Justin had never made passes ever in his whole life. Has a Pro Street big block blown C10 truck, makes 900, never been to the drag strip in his life. Builds the Model A, literally finishes it just a week before the event. Has never made a pass ever. Goes up first time, makes a 14.6 pass. Has a really good reaction time. And so that was day 1. So I thought, okay, no big deal. Day 3 goes 13.3. We're like, fuck. Okay, we're not competitive. So we hung around for day 3 forever we were going to make a second pass, and then somebody kissed the wall, and we were like 5 o'clock. We're like, we're out of here. Let's go. And then the next day ran a 14.1, and then the last day a 13.2 or 13.4. I can't remember. Mm-hmm. So we were all over the place. So a little bit of time and a converter in that car, and he'll be in the 12. It's pretty easy.
That thing's running pretty good for what it is. I mean,
it's literally an all stock 350 underneath that super cool blower and 2 600 CFM carbs. It's gotta hate life.
Plenty of carburation.
It's got awesome. It's got enough carbs for a 9-second pass, but so we had discussed with Jason Schaefer in the chicken coop about maybe some jetting and things like that can be done to kind of bring that down a little bit. So it'll be cool. It's his wife's car, so he's got motor plans for it, and obviously going to put a converter in it in the 8.8. So that'll be she'll be way faster than when we were this year. So
there you go.
Hopefully we'll get invited back. I don't know. We'll see. That would be nice. Any favorite track out of the week for you guys?
Ooh, I think South Georgia Motorsports Park, for some reason, really stood out. I loved Gainesville, but South Georgia Motorsports Park just felt really nice for some reason. Maybe by that time, I just was happy I could work on concrete.
Well, that's what I was going to say too. That's what I liked about South Georgia. It was my favorite track too.
And I also feel like it went very smoothly.
Yeah, we cut and ran pretty quick on South Georgia just to get the Don Garlits, but I really like Bradenton. Their prep is really nice. Their facility is pretty nice. Obviously, Gainesville's got probably the best facility. It's just beautiful there. It's a little older, but it's still nice. I still like Bradenton though. I guess because I've been there so many times, it's kind of welcoming. But yeah, the prep there is good.
Yeah,
I'm almost even on all of them. I really wanted to run Orlando. I'm kind of bummed, the weather had other plans, but I used to always go there as a kid, like for the World Street National stuff. So
that's
I just wanted to like physically be on the track surface. So now I can say I drove in the staging lanes. So we're kind of inching up on it, but yeah,
they should have let us like as we exited, just
Like,
drive down the racetrack.
Oh,
and
I thought I was gonna do it.
no passes.
That would have been perfect photo opportunity. Put the
Oh,
photographers
man.
out there. Let us all
Oh,
drive down with
yeah.
our trailers.
Somebody would have been turned around backwards, I guarantee you. It would have
Oh
been-
yeah,
Yes.
we'd have attempted some rolling burnouts or
Yeah.
something. Other
Apparently
people would have done them.
burnouts-
We'd have tried.
Apparently, trailer burnouts and CTSVs don't work. From what I've seen.
about that.
They got a little.
It's like
Well,
I
yeah.
thought that wasn't
I
that
thought-
in 1320 videos.
Yeah,
Well, we,
that's what I was watching. I was like, "Woo! Thank
We
God
got-
nobody got hurt."
we got pulled over, so yeah.
Oops.
Nice.
I'm sure it's for speeding, just a little bit.
Oh yeah, thankfully it wasn't me. It was old Chuck there. He
He got a lead foot, that guy.
dude, so actually I guess it really wasn't a trailer burnout, but we had just left the checkpoint. God, I swear this week runs together. The checkpoint that we were at the park that had the oak tree. It was dark when we got there.
Oh, that
Like,
was
Ivy Memorial.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So
Ivy
we
Memorial.
just left there, like 5 miles down the road, and we're on whatever road that is, like 60 mile an hour, and
Like the middle of nowhere.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And there was like a expedition or something, Explorer right in front of Chuck, going like 60 and a 60, which is too slow for him. So like I can hear him in front of me going like what, like
He's trying to.
yeah, like trying to give them the hint, like, hey man, like speed up a little bit. So
That never works. That's like telling
No.
a woman to calm down. Come on, man.
Never ever works. So finally, like there was a break in traffic. We were like in a passing zone. So here he comes. So like he goes out, gets beside the Explorer, just gets on it, converter flashes, 6,000 RPM, supercharger singing. And as he's passing the Explorer, like I go to get in the left lane to follow him behind him, and I get looking and I'm like, man, if that doesn't say police on the back of that thing, and
Like,
just
oh,
as soon
no.
as I read it, boom,
No.
blue lights. So yeah, so Chuck passed the cop going down the road, pulling a trailer, like, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god. So anyway, so they pull off, and I'm like, I know I'm getting pulled too because I was getting ready to pass him too. He left me alone, so I just go around. I pull over down the road, and so I text him, and I'm like, so what's up? He's like, he's running my license. I should be on the road in a second. This is like 5 minutes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
like he's giving you a ticket that fast. So like we go, we stop up the road, and he was like, nah, cop was totally cool, but he was like, dude, you can't pass a cop, right? And Chuck was like, does it say that in the rules? Like, can you not do that? And so yeah, so Florida Police Department, whatever city that was, props to you guys. You guys are awesome. Let Chuck off the hook, and we got to live another day. So
That's hilarious.
yeah, oh yeah. But I'm like, literally, he's beside him like 6,000 RPM. I'm like, Chuck, you're passing a cop, and like freaking light show. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, when you're gonna pass a cop on a 2-lane road, you gotta like ease on by him and get over. Yeah,
God.
yeah. It's probably the best
Yeah, I
time
know.
to do that.
He was
Like,
like trying to
maybe he
get
found
another one
a.
to 130, 60 foots. I'm telling you, man.
You either got to sneak past the cop or just do exactly like Chuck did and just
Just
press
send
the
it.
cop into not.
Yeah.
Yeah, just send it. You got it.
I
Oh no,
couldn't.
I'm sorry. The clutch slipped.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think
If
he
Ch-
even told the cop, he was like, dude, I could hardly see the police on the back of the car. Like, so I guess he was trying to be honest with him. But,
I wouldn't have done it if I knew you were a cop. I swear.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 we had some people, I guess that were right behind us that stopped at the track the next day, and they're like, so did y'all get a ticket? And we're like, oh, yeah. What
Yeah,
a
that's
day.
that's a good time. That's a good time right there.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is if he had been driving some shitbox, he'd have got a ticket in a heartbeat. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, there ain't too many CTSVs with flames and U-Hauls behind them.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird
Yeah.
combination.
Oh, yeah.
So.
That's awesome. Any particular checkpoints other than Don Garlett's that were your favorites?
I'll say this. I don't know about when you guys got there. I was excited about Old Town, but man, when we got there, it was a madhouse. Like,
Oh wow.
oh my God. Like It was like
we made the mistake of parking out
anxiety.
back. Yeah, we made the mistake of parking out back. We should have parked up front with everybody. We got the picture and everything, but
and I think that was one of the things is like
It said
I
to
think
go
it was
to
kind of
the left.
confusing.
It said with
the
any
parking lot for
attraction.
that place. Yeah, the parking lot of that place was also crazy.
Yeah.
So I couldn't figure out where to go. We ended up also in the back, and we were able to get a picture with a ride, but it was crazy.
Yeah, we missed it at first, and
So when we rolled up, we were with the guy with it was an old like 30s car. It had copper wheels on it. The car is real fast. It might have been like a 30s
Jeremy
Ford.
Bonnet.
Yes.
Bonnet. Yep.
So what I did was I drove around. I'm like, oh, if we just go this way, everybody's following me with trailers, and I don't have a trailer. So I make the turn. I came back through because it said for car cruisers only.
Yeah.
So we parked there, and everybody else is trying to like ramp their stuff over the curbs. I was like, shit, my bad.
Sorry, guys.
Like it was so confusing, and like I think on paper that was a great checkpoint, but like I don't know, like it turned into. It was kind of a mess.
Yeah, so we were hungry, so we're like, okay, we'll sneak over here and find something to eat. Well, there was an A&W in there, and we got like a meal for two or something like that, and some cheese curds, $26. I was like, what? Oh my god! It was but we got some cool souvenirs, and I think I bought my kids some magnets from there and some shit like that. Mm-hmm. So it was a good time.
Were y'all able to get there in like the daytime?
No,
we didn't. I got there as the sun was setting.
Yeah,
so we got a really cool picture of it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It was pure dark when we got there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Reggie said it was 1 a.m. when they got there, so no traffic at all.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's probably what we should have done. I guess.
I don't know. I would have been sleeping by then.
Oh man, it was bad. I probably wasn't asleep at 1 a.m., but we were at the hotel for sure.
Yeah.
Don Garlitz is pretty cool. Like I've never been there, so like that was pretty neat. My engine room was my favorite there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was crazy.
Man, that engine room was so freaking cool.
I'm like I love like roots blowers, so like that was kind of like I was in heaven a little bit there, but I hate to say this, I don't know if like any of them like really jumped out at me. Mainly because I think it was kind of more of a in and out. Actually one of the not so much the sites, but like the old it was closed when we got there, but like that family restaurant
that was
like it was kind of a nice big
farmhouse.
park, and like a lot of there's actually a lot of cars there when we were there, and everybody just kind of like hung out for a little bit. So that was I take it back, the ice cream stop.
Oh, that was
the ice cream stop was
good.
choice.
Yeah, we pulled up right as they were closing. Like we pulled up at like 9:04, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, we're closed. We can't handle it anymore." That lady had told somebody that it was the best day they had ever had.
I'm sure.
That's awesome.
I'm sure. I wish they had chocolate chip cookie dough. So like,
they probably would have 4 hours before.
I'm telling you.
So like when I got there, all they had was vanilla.
Yeah, because you got here right behind me, Robbie.
Yeah. Man, it was popping when we got there.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I was talking to the guy Mick. He has, I think it's Wacky Race Cars. He's over in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
He was driving the white Challenger. I'm out there talking to him. I am freezing my ass off. I'm like, I need to get back into the heat of my truck.
Eating ice cream.
Yeah, it's a horrible idea, but I don't want to stop. This guy was awesome. He was great to talk to, and he was following us because I think his data was like $8 a minute. I was like, dude, just follow us. We got you.
Oh yeah.
That's
no doubt.
insane.
Yeah.
I see Red Hat popping in here. Dude, come on in, man. We're telling stories.
Yeah,
there he is. Come on,
here,
Scotty.
Yeah.
And yes, we're still drinking.
Yeah. Duck Hunter TV said he was told they were the third car to Old Town.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
You were way early, dude.
Yeah.
So, let's talk strategy. Next time I take a slow car, I'm one and done. I'm getting the hell out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to because we would keep trying. We were like, oh, let's make another pass. And so we'd wait 4 hours to make another pass. And then I think in Gainesville, we were like, nah, let's go. And we were already in the lanes and everything. We're like, let's go.
Yeah,
and I'll drive on radials next time.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't die. I
Yeah.
had plenty of weight in the back. That's probably why.
Yeah.
fair.
There we go. What's up, dude?
What's up, buddy? There he is.
Hey.
What up, fellas?
Oh, you know the deal. Oh, you're in here telling lies.
Yeah. We call them stories around here.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. So we were talking about checkpoints and your
What's up,
favorite stop and stuff
fellas?
like that. Uh-oh. Are you delaying? Let's see. Oh, I think he's got a big delay.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
No.
I see him moving around.
Yeah. He's like frozen on my screen.
Wah, 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 wah. Okay, hang on. Scotty, jump out and come back in. You got some weird connection. Yep.
I think he physically just jumped out.
Can you hear us okay, bud? No, it's better now.
Oh,
He go. So he's going to do that. He's going to jump out and back in. Yeah, this is not connected now. So, what were we talking about? Don Garlitz. Yeah. So the wall of flathead intakes was really cool in my mind. You know, because like,
Yeah.
You start looking at like sheet metal stuff now for like an LS intake. You know, there's just not that kind of. I don't know. There's 5 companies. You know, but like.
Yeah.
I think there were 30 different intake styles that were on the wall. You know, a lot of them were like the single barrel, and then they had like a 2-barrel adapter and all this kind of stuff. That was really cool.
Definitely like
really
the
enjoyed
seeing all of the crazy ways they mounted roots blowers onto the crankshafts of those engines was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
it was cool to see all the new old stock stuff that they had sitting there, and it's like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Like that at the end of the engine room, they had that big wall of just all the old shit that was sitting there.
Yeah,
brand
they had
new.
some intake manifolds in there that are probably worth like $10,000 at this point.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Just chilling.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
Well,
definitely
we
like
should
the
put some on the
largest.
floor.
That was like the largest collection of like flathead stuff on Earth. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, which is pretty cool. I mean, that was like the freaking, I guess like the prime time of like hot riding. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
like all that innovation and before I guess like all like the major corporation stuff took over. It was like just
Yeah.
a lot of
Or the,
garage started companies, building
Yeah.
intakes and stuff. So
Yep.
pretty neat.
Well, and guys were casting shit in their backyard. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
that's crazy.
yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
A lot of that intake stuff, those guys would build or weld or whatever and then take it to somebody and they'd cast it. Like, I'm sure that stuff happens these days and that's how things are developed. But like,
Mhm.
think of how many CAD produced products now. People design them,
Mhm.
flow test them, everything on a computer,
yeah.
and then it's built.
Mhm.
Those guys, they didn't have that. They had to figure out
no.
it. Oh, well, we spent 3 weeks making this part and it sucks.
Yeah.
Blow it
And
out.
this is
What is
why,
it?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Wasn't
man.
that,
I still do
the
that.
tunnel ram.
Yeah.
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 Wasn't that like the invention of the tunnel ram? It was like oil cans that were duct taped on top of each other.
Mhm.
That sounds right. You've seen the Richard Holdner intakes where he like does all that, expands and all that
trying
kind
to
of
make
stuff.
the longest runner he can get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chuck Jordan says it's like sitting on a time bomb driving some of those cars. Did
Pretty
you guys
much.
see like on the back wall there was like a little, I don't know, just a frame basically, had a flathead in the front and then had like an Olds rocket backwards behind the driver. I didn't understand how it works, but like
I'm not
one was
sure.
backwards, one, oh man, I was really intrigued. All right, let's see if we got
I
Scotty back.
must have missed that one. Oh,
Hey, dude. Yeah, the front engine was all red in the flathead, and then the rear one was like a dark blue. It was really cool.
Huh.
That's interesting.
One thing
remember
I
that
didn't
one.
see
Am I
was a
in? Am I
rocket
on? Can you hear me?
axle.
Yeah,
we can hear
there
you
you are.
now.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Your face
yeah.
is stuck, so you're frozen, but we can hear you. You can see you
That's
drinking
just
a
my
beer.
face.
Oh man.
Hang on. Okay, hey, I'm gonna turn your. Let me see if I can do this for me. Stop your. Hey, Scotty, stop your camera, and we'll see if it lets your audio play faster. Does that help? Mm-mm. Dang.
I don't know.
Sometimes.
Can you hear me?
There
Oh,
we
Yeah,
go.
we can
now.
hear you.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah, I hear everybody.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you're
going
on
to be a
major
little
delay.
bit of a delay.
Weird
So it's
lag
gonna,
going
that-
on.
yeah. I don't know how to fix that on my end.
If
Not
you go
that
to the
smart.
settings and turns the HD off, maybe for video,
Oh,
maybe
for
that'll
him.
help. Yeah.
I can call my IT guy at work. Maybe he can jump on here.
Yeah. We'll be in repair and stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
mean, like
Yeah,
Robbie's
Justin
on
Chestnut.
point with me, so I don't know what's going on.
Is it delayed when we talk to you?
Never, man. Questionable performance policing. Everybody's delayed except for.
Well, that's weird.
That's very weird.
Dang it. Yep. And then he stalls.
And
Just take a screenshot of that.
Yeah. let's work there. We'll see if it gets
I don't
better.
know what the hell's going on.
Here's Scott popping in from Florida. So, Matt, I forgot. Where did you say you live?
South Carolina. I'm literally right on the border of South Carolina and Georgia. I could throw a rock and hit Georgia right now.
Gotcha.
There you
So,
go. That's cool.
so you're probably the closest out of anybody in here. Oh, he gone. You're probably the closest out of anybody for that. So, have you attended any other drag and drive stuff? Not like participated, but
no. It's my dad and my brother have gone to Rocky Mountain Racing 1.0 and 2.0.
oh dang.
And 2 years ago, right before COVID hit, I was supposed to do Drag Week, but then Drag Week got canceled. So no, prior to Sick Week, I had never actually participated in any drag and drive event.
Sweet. Well, it's cool that it was that close. That's
yeah,
nice.
it was very, very nice to have one actually even remotely close to us.
Yeah. And I'll ask you guys this, and I've asked it in a couple other ones. Why do you think you put Florida in there? You think we're going to see like a Sick Week Arizona or a Sick Week New Mexico?
I don't know. Like
Wow.
I think almost to market it, like, I mean, you figure the race is in February, and I mean, like, who doesn't want to go to Florida in February? Like,
Well, I don't know.
Right.
It was a little cold. I think we got a little screwed by that weather.
not wrong. I tell you this though, I got cold or not, I got freaking roasted, man. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm
sunburned.
super tan and everything
I got
now.
so sunburned.
Yeah,
God.
you don't realize it, and I didn't put my
Yeah.
canopy up till the last day. You're just
Number
walking
one
around talking to
mistake.
people.
That was my number one mistake of Sick Week was not bringing any sunscreen. That
Yeah.
day number one got me pretty bad.
Day one.
Yeah, I was laying in bed and I was like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
You know it, and you're just like, yeah, oh well.
The nice thing was it was freezing in the morning, but by the afternoon it got so nice. There was a nice breeze.
Yep.
It was really nice at afternoons to drive with the windows down and everything. Except the day it rained, but
Yeah, it was cool to be out and about. Like here in Arkansas, we'll get 50 and 60 degree weather, but it's still pretty chilly. Down there at 60 degrees, I was like, okay, it's t-shirt time.
Yep.
Here we go.
Let's see.
What do you think now, man?
Am I back? Can you hear me?
Hey, there we go.
There we go.
You
better.
look a little better. Are you on your phone now?
Yeah.
There we go. That's a lot
That's
better.
fine.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
good.
Trying to restart my computer so I can get it working.
There you
Well, I
go.
mean, we'll see. You guys know how I do stuff. It's never right. It just works.
No, you look way better now.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
It's all
that.
blended here now. You look good.
Well, we were talking about Don Garlett's when you popped on last, and anything in there you were just blown away by?
Everything. That whole place
Yep.
was so cool. I'm so glad that was a stop. I literally didn't video anything in there because I wanted to enjoy it and I wanted everybody else around us to enjoy it. So I just left the camera in the car.
Yep. By the time we got there, I was like the same way. I recorded a little bit of stuff, but it's nothing that it like the twin engine car. I recorded a bunch of that thing because I'm like, I got to see how this works. But yeah, same way. I didn't do much on it because I was like, this will probably be the only time I'll ever be at this place unless we get into 2023 Sick Week and Don Garlett's is another stop. The question, did anybody hear of the margarita mixer, the nitro margarita mixer being ran?
I don't think
Did
it's
they
Chad
actually
said
run
it was
I
gonna
don't
be
think they
there.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
we
said
had
it
our
would be
own
there, but I
drinks.
don't think they actually did.
Yeah. That was the other thing. I didn't drink enough beer during the week. I don't think I hung out as much as I wanted to.
Oh, I drank beer after the week.
Y'all,
Yeah.
I don't really drink, but man, you should have been on our row at the awards ceremony.
Oh my
Oh my
God,
God.
dude.
There was no shortage of consumptions.
Yeah.
All I can say.
Especially when Finnegan brought the
30 pack.
Yeah,
Bud Light.
he
Yeah, like a
handed it up
30
to
pack.
us. I was like,
Yeah.
sweet a beer.
Yep.
But Derek and all them, they were getting hammered announcing. You could see them going downhill like in a good way,
Yes.
just having a blast. Like they were laughing like little kids.
Yep.
And then I actually met up with James Rowlett, and I was like, "Hey," he's like, "Here, try this." I was like, "Oh, God damn it! All right, why not?" But yeah, it was a
awesome.
really good time. I know Saturday night there was a lot of people hammered at that hotel that we stopped at.
I can imagine.
The one guy,
Yeah,
he had a new Edge, I think, black Mustang, and I'm talking to him, and he's just like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Oh my God, he is hammered out of his mind."
I have a feeling Chad and Adam Dory had to get Ubers back to their hotel that night.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I hope they did.
They finished that lunchtime pretty quick.
We
Yes,
had
they did.
after the awards and we got like halfway loaded up, we went to Taco Bell and we spent like $75 for 3 people.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely delicious. Like
Oh yeah,
best Taco Bell I've ever had in my life.
That's one thing that I've told somebody is I've never eaten Taco Bell so many times as I did last week, and every single time it was the best meal I had ever had.
100%. Like can't go wrong. Like always grade A.
Duck Hunter said one of them slept in the hotel parking lot.
oh Jesus. Has anybody tried?
Oh, we're probably talking about the New Edge guy. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he was cool as shit. But has anybody tried Culver's while they were down there?
Uh-uh.
Oh, there's
my
a Culver's right down the road from me here.
Culver's, hey,
Not up here.
I love White Castle, but Culver's is amazing. For
Their
fast
burgers
food,
are pretty good. Yeah.
I was like, all right, I could do this. Because we tried to not eat anywhere that was like fast food that we'd had somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like,
We did McDonald's one night and it was the worst meal I had all week. I was like, yeah, let's not do that anymore. So we just either didn't eat or got to the hotel and we're like, we'll eat in the morning.
Yeah.
We had
It was
Waffle
one of those
House
things.
when we left Orlando, and it was absolutely amazing. As
Waffle
always.
House is always good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's
that's what
always
I'm
a
going to
trick.
do for 2.0 is just eat Waffle House at night. That's it.
Yeah. You're guaranteed to see something cool you can videotape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh absolutely.
Yep. That's awesome. All right. So we talked about that. How many passes did you guys get to make during the week? We kind of talked about the Friday night deal, getting one pass. How many did everybody else get? You only got 4 for the week?
Realistically, I think we got 2 on the first day
Yep.
and then 1 every other day.
Wow.
So we got 6. The first day we got 1 because I was like, oh, we got to make a pass and leave. And the next was Gainesville. I ran a 980 the first pass. I wanted to make sure the truck was okay because we were having some weird issues. And then the last day we had 2. So we had 6 altogether. I'm happy with that. I mean, stuff happens. That's a problem. Some people get mad about that, but what are you going to do? You can't like stop people from having issues.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and when guys are that fast, like I hate to say it, but like for like us, we were slow. Like us getting another pass would have just been for fun. I would rather have had Matt in the Miata making a 2nd or 5th pass instead of us getting a 2nd pass. I just wish we weren't in the lanes. That would have been fine
that
by
would
me.
be disappointing.
Yeah.
If you thought you were going to get another pass and
Yeah.
expected to get another pass, that would be disappointing.
Well, I think Scotty, was like right around me in the stage of lanes too Friday night. Yeah.
3 cars back from getting the 2nd pass Friday night when they called it.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I was like 2 pair behind him, and it was like,
No,
emotional
surprised.
damage.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they couldn't run longer.
emotional damage.
I feel like they could have ran longer. I mean, I don't know. It's up to them, but I know the tracks by me will run until like 11 o'clock. But if it is what it is, I mean, whatever.
And by then, I'm sure those guys were like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
Yeah. They at some
It
point
just
they do got to
sucks.
cut off.
They made the hard cut. They made the hard cut, but then they could have at least ran out the lane. It wouldn't have taken long.
Yeah.
I can agree.
That
with
was like the only bummer of the entire week.
Yep. So we, Scotty, we went through earlier and asked everybody what their best pass of the week was. You want to give us a rundown of yours? Well, why don't you tell us what the car is and then best pass of the week?
The Rickety Rocket, my 1989 Ford Mustang LS Turbo budget build. We went a 10 1:09 at 1:33 at Gainesville. Fastest I've ever
Nice.
been.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude.
You can't beat a budget.
Yeah, she was
LS.
moving. That was a fun
I mean,
pass.
Yeah, listen, 10 O's out of a car that, I mean, does everything. What transit's in it? It's a 400, right?
Turbo 400.
Yeah. Yeah.
These damn turbo 400s.
Yeah. I mean, it just
Soon.
too soon for Mike. He's been hands deep in one of them.
Fucking thing.
Oh man.
Yeah. You want to talk about parts that broke? Do we want to go through that?
Yeah, who wants to go first?
Do we want to bring up that emotional damage right now, or we want to
Rip
wait?
off the Band-Aid. Let's do it.
I'm in.
Yeah. So,
I
since
broke a
Scotty's,
spark plug wire.
Oh, I had spares. You should have came over.
that's
Like,
funny.
I think I brought all my tools to
Oh,
make
we
spark
found
plug
it at
wires.
the hotel.
Yeah, I had 2 sets of ceramic plugs, wires actually, if anybody needed them.
Nice. You were ready.
And 200 gallons of E85.
Oh yeah, that's fucking.
He needed like one of those caution signs on the truck. He was
Yeah.
carrying so
Yeah.
It
much
technically
fuel.
was a hazmat.
Yeah. Do not run into this.
Yeah.
You heard about what happened with Pintos, right? This is going to be way bigger.
Yeah. Way cooler. Matt, you want to start us off with the broken parts list?
Oh God, yeah. So it's like day one when we went slow as hell was the first time that truck had ever been run, and we didn't realize the brakes were dragging at that point. So the number one thing that broke on us was the master cylinder was being just the absolute worst son of a bitch ever, locking up the brakes constantly, especially since we couldn't quite figure out if that was the problem at first, because I thought it was the rear brake calipers because they had parking brakes built into them. I thought maybe they weren't adjusted correctly or something like that. But yeah, it was that. And then at Gainesville, when we got to the track and noticed the C group was already running, we were like in a panic trying to get the drag pack put on the truck, and I found the back left wheel bearing was completely wiped out. The wheel would rock back and forth. And our F100 has the rear suspension of a 2017 Mustang, so it's IRS. I thought there was absolutely no way I was going to find a 2017 Mustang IRS rear bearing in the 36 millimeter socket it requires to put it on. So I was ready to throw in the towel. We were trying to figure out how we were going to get our truck here from Bradenton. We went up to the tower, and they literally wouldn't let us leave. They wouldn't let us quit. They were like, we went up to the tower, and Chad Reynolds was like on the phone with us with O'Reilly's, calling all the O'Reilly's in the areas, and we found one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we went back and
socket to that at O'Reilly's is aisle 3 on the right hand side, 3/4 of the way down.
There it is.
Yeah, well, actually, so we had the wheel bearing at O'Reilly's. We were going to go get that. The Boosted boys were right next to us, and we asked them, and they're like, "Yeah, we've got that socket." So they lent us the socket we needed.
Cool.
So we bombed back into Gainesville to get that bearing. Got back. I've changed that wheel bearing faster than I had ever changed a wheel bearing in my entire life.
Yeah.
Then like after that, it was still just the brakes plagued us. And then for some reason on Thursday, our stoplights stopped working. I still to this day have no idea why. I'm gonna have to just rewire them.
Yeah.
But
because it took a beating, bro. Like 800 miles. Like what are you talking about?
I'm pretty sure it burned the sensor out. The pressure switch. I'm pretty sure it burned the pressure switch out. But so the driving lights would turn on when you turned on the headlights. So that was our stoplights. Every time we would come to a stop, we would turn the headlights on, and then we just click them off when we went to drive away. So yeah, we just had endless brake problems. With a brand new engine and transmission, I 100% thought that I was going to have some problem with the trans brake. I was going to burn up a wire. I was going to smoke a spark plug. Something. Nothing. Perfectly fine. Engine transmission ran perfectly fine the entire time. Trans brake launches, no problems.
What how do you guys have the exhaust routed on it? Are you a log manifold on the passenger side?
It's got the hooker headers that it goes underneath the bell housing and goes into the other one. And then it snakes back up into the turbo. It goes out of the turbo into the front right fender well and up underneath the cab. Yeah. And then out behind the back passenger door. So it snakes itself around underneath there.
Yeah, that we did a log on my C10 truck. It just came to me while I was thinking about it. Because I remember the placement of the turbo. I was just wondering because a lot of times if you go forward facing, you're running over a lot of brake line heat area there. But I was just trying to figure it out, man.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing.
Man, we went through every ounce of that freaking brake system on that truck.
Yeah, that's
and it's
crazy.
currently all blown apart. None of it is on the truck anymore right now.
It's in a fire pit.
It's on the lift. Every piece of the brake system is on the floor underneath it. We took everything off.
That's crazy.
Perfect time to get some TBMs.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
TBMs are coming for the front. We just got wheel woods for the back.
Nice. There you go. Very
They don't make them. I called them the other day. They don't make them for the Silverados yet. So if you guys are listening, I got a test truck.
Oh yeah.
I'm running stock Silverado brakes on mine right now, and it's like
they were pretty cool guys. We talked to them at the Freedom Factory Sunday night, and because we're trying to do a little development on the CTSV side of things, and evidently they are in process. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, definitely as soon as they come out with something, we'll have them on the Cadillac.
That's cool. Tab here says my man Red Hat Scotty helped us set up for a personal best.
There you go. Crew chief.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
That's awesome. You want to tell that story real quick, and then we'll get into Mike's nightmare.
Yeah, so we met Tab and Brett. I don't remember what day it was. It was before Sick Week. They had this 80s C10 GMC, Mix Max LS truck, and we ended up putting the nitrous on it, and we tuned it up, and it went 12 in this thing. It was pretty awesome to watch.
Yeah, we did. I interviewed that guy at Don Garlett's. It's one of the shorts on the channel.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, Mike.
They're awesome.
Yeah, they seem super nice. Mike, you want to lead us through your brain damage of a week?
Yeah. So we ended up getting there Friday. So we unloaded the truck, and we ended up driving around Friday all day. We probably 200 miles on it before the event. Saturday night, we were coming to the hotel just to hang out. And we were trying to race like a 350Z. Like it was an exhaust-only 350Z. I click in the second gear, and it just goes off the limiter. I looked at my buddy. I was like, we just built the truck. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So we pull in, and we're trying to diagnose it and checking everything underneath it. And it ended up rolling the second gear sprag, which not good. So I'm like, hey, no, we'll go first to third the whole week. Why not? We'll just fucking whatever. So everybody's like, nah, you can fix it. So luckily, Derek up in the tower, God bless that man. They found a guy, Steve at CRT Transmission, who is in Bradenton, and Sunday they called him. The lady from the track called him. He dropped me off a brand new second gear drum, drilled for the trans brake with the new sprag, all new clutches, and Nick from Hustle and Horsepower with the Dirty 30.
Yeah,
he let me use his trailer, so we can only get the truck 3 feet in the air in his trailer because I guess it's a little heavier. So I'm underneath it, just on my knees, just like, sucks ass. Gotta hope we get it out. So we pull it finally out, and we get out, and then the portable lift guy shows up like an hour later, and I'm like, where the hell have you been? And I couldn't use it that time. And,
he was working on his own truck.
Yeah. He was like, I was washing the lift. I was like, whatever. So we pull the truck out, and Nick helped me get it apart, and we just dropped the whole brand new drum in, put it all back together, and the sprag was definitely broke because it spun both ways. So I think by 7 o'clock at night, we had the trans back in and the truck running and moving. I looked at my buddy, and I'm like, we're going to the Freedom Factory just to hang out. Yeah. The truck is disgusting. It's got handprints all over it. So we fixed that, make a pass. It went like a 10-3 at like 121 letting out.
I like that you just put it all back together and you just hit it with it. It wasn't like street miles, bud. Nope. Fucking
yeah. I was
hit
like,
it on the two-step.
I was so mad. I was like, fuck this thing. We're going to stand on the track. So we fixed that. So we're actually leaving the first checkpoint. And my buddy's like, I don't know if I got the picture for the checkpoint. So we're 30 miles away. So we start arguing and we pull over. And I'm like, God damn it. And I get out and I hear like this, like, it sounded like a fast rod knock from the bottom of the motor. And I'm like, well, we're done for the week already. So we're all pissed off. So he's like, I got the pictures. So we keep going. The next day, I actually left him at the hotel because he wouldn't get up, which I feel bad. He actually got a ride from the guys in the maroon Volvo.
Nice.
So I'm driving. I got fuel. I'm driving to Orlando. I'm like, I'm just going to get the picture. We're going to go. And I go to downshift. and it bends the shifter cable. So it's stuck in third gear. And I'm like, Lord help me. So I get there, lift it up, and I'm checking stuff. And luckily Summit Racing had a cable. I had to drill out the little eyelet on the top part, put that in, and I found all the bell housing bolts came loose.
Oh,
so I was
damn,
like, oh my God. So I tightened them all up because the one side when I got the motor didn't have a dowel in it. So I guess it just kind of rattled loose. And whenever I did to tighten it, it stopped that noise. I'm like, it's not making a noise anymore.
Dude, your converter's down there going,
Luckily, everything. And I fixed that, and we ended up losing an O-ring on the little fitting for the trans, which I had a brand new fitting because I brought that with me. But yeah, the next day we went to Gainesville, and I'm like, I'm fucking sending this thing. I hope it blows up. I don't care. And I left off the trans brake and went like a 983, and I'm like, it's fine. And I mean, it was fine after that. That was the only real problem we had the rest of the week. It's like, holy shit. So I got the full brunt of like the drag week style events the first 2 days.
Yeah, you got to live it for sure. But after that, I mean, things went pretty well, right? Like it was.
Yeah.
The
truck was consistent. I mean, like I said, the last day we were like, fuck it, we're turning it up because I could only go 10 O's. So
yeah.
And once we got our pass to hand it in,
certification or by your
cage. Yeah. So the last day I was like, I turned it in, we finished. Let's turn it up and let's go.
Yeah.
And then it ran its best pass it ever did.
What was your average for the week?
1040 because the 1090 screwed me.
Yeah.
But then the last day I went a 10-1 at 107.
That's so crazy.
Real hard on the brakes.
Yeah. You're on the pass and you're like, oh man, I can't turn in anything faster than a 10.
Yep, I'm glad I did because that was
my 8th mile was faster than your quarter mile running a second slower. So.
I think our best 8th was a 616 at 113.
There you go.
And my best ever with that truck with a built 408 was a 613 at 116.
Wow.
So we're right there. So I said we're going to turn it up next week.
GM knows how to build these things. You just got to open the gap up a little bit and you're fine.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, that thing's got half used lifters, half LS7 lifters. One of the head gaskets are copper sprayed. I mean, it's a little mismatched, but it works.
Dude, it's amazing.
Sounds like I built it.
Yeah, you can just beat on them and nobody cares. Robbie, you guys have any struggles through the week?
You know, for taking 2 cars and literally like finishing them when we got to Bradenton and literally having 0 miles on them, knock on wood, we had no issues. And I can't believe it. Like, I mean, just like short of just, kind of just the normal trying to make them a little bit faster throughout the week. But I mean, I'm sitting here trying to think and it's like, I think
you had a great week then.
Oh yeah, I mean, like literally, like my sunburn was like the worst thing that happened.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean the cars were flawless, and I mean when we started out, putting them back together, taking our time, just making sure everything was right, and then like the last like 2 weeks was like all hands on deck. But knock on wood, we really didn't have any issues at all. But I think the worst thing that happened was in the tech line for Sunday, I was like tuning all the drivability. And on the 2-step, like I had like the positive and negative like switched in the programming. So like when the 2-step wasn't on, it was on. And
it was on. Oh, no.
so I go up there to do my first burnout and like, it goes up to 4,000 and just stays there. And I'm like, okay, that's the 2-step. So I just back out. Run back to the trailer real quick, plug in the laptop, change it, go back up there, and everything was great. But like,
that's
literally, other than that, we had no issues. Now, granted, we weren't running, 7 seconds, but I mean,
I mean, hey, at the end of the day, like, dude, you still put 800 miles on the car, on 2 cars, like,
1,600 miles on.
I can't imagine campaigning 2. That would be insane because you do all the. Like you're the main brain behind a lot of that stuff, right? Like on those cars.
Yeah. So like on the Cadillac, poor Chuck, man, I done burnt his credit card up the last 2 months. I mean, man, I'm like, I feel bad. And
I think like, Chuck had a pretty good time.
Oh, he had a blast. Like he did drag week with us in 2019, and he was like, and of course he's pumped up, like seeing them, like he getting them tickets and stuff. Of course he can't have C's, so he's got to come back, and we got to like read the ticket to him. But but man, he had a blast, and I
That's
think
cool.
all the money spent and all the late nights, because I mean he was in the shop right there with us, like
That's cool.
trying to get the cars together, and yeah, I mean it was a lot of work, but man, it all came together at the end, and we had a super chill week. So I'm sure the next one, like, it'll totally bite us, and we'll,
Yeah,
you know,
you'll get payback for sure.
100%, yeah. So, but no, it went real smooth. I'm very happy, very lucky. So
Yeah,
we will take it and move on to the next one.
that's right. Scotty, you said all you had was a burnt plug wire.
Yeah. That was the only thing that happened.
Let's turn this air compressor off here.
Are you working on stuff?
There we go.
Thanks, Norm.
Flip the breaker here.
Oh man,
I'm usually pretty good about that.
So
But
after we left you and Justin, when we ran out of gas, I thought I whacked another injector like I did at Streetcar Takeover. And we were driving, and it was doing a bunch of weird stuff with the air fuel. I was watching the gauge just like fall dead fat, and we just kept cruising. If we were at speed, it was fine. But anything, out of throttle was doing a bunch of weird stuff. So I ended up talking to another buddy of mine, and he's like, check over the plugs and the wires. So pulled it all down. We found a burnt plug wire. And then as soon as I pulled it off the spark plug, it broke.
Ooh.
Didn't have any width. Mike, I wish I would have found you. But the dude ended up taking it apart, redid the connector, cut the wire back, got it back on, and we were fine. And then I made that 10-0 pass at Gainesville the next day. So
how bad did that make you want to go?
I ran out of gas
990?
once and I burned up the AS.
That's crazy.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. I'm sure everybody's heard. I'm sure everybody's heard our story, but I'm gonna tell it again because it's fun. We were driving in the rain. Model A has no hood, so we're driving along. We leave the checkpoint. Derek flips the trailer. We're like, let's get the hell out of here. We're driving. We turn left at Flagler Beach and like start getting this bub up, and so we're like, oh crap. So we pull over. When you're sitting still in park, it was fine. It rev like crazy. You could put a little pressure on it, it'd be fine. So we take back off, end up braking. We're like, okay, it's not going to run faster than 30 miles an hour. Let's pull into this some park somewhere with all these palm trees. And so we change all the spark plugs. We drive out 4 or 5 miles. It does fine. Then it starts breaking up real bad. Pull into a Publix. We're like, okay, well, we're on the phone with Jason and Hot Rod Dave, and they're like, well, it's maybe water got under the distributor cap. So we're like, okay, so we'll pop the distributor cap off, put a new one on that Justin had in the trailer, and throw it on. And it same problem, just keeps happening. So finally, after like 2.5 hours, Justin's wife runs me to O'Reilly's or Advanced, and I buy an entire distributor so we can have the module and pickup and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, if you guys looked close, that car has literally, it's not easy to get to the distributor, It's jammed way back in there. So we come back, we put the module in, we put the new rotor cap in, and put our new rotor and put a new cap on, and it goes. Oh, yeah, Justin here. It was good timing. So we get it back on. Well, Justin pulls up to leave to try it one last time. We forget the return spring. Car just like lights the tires off. It freaks him out. I thought he was going to run over the curb. It's hilarious. It's in the video I'm editing right now. Oh, it's great. It's a good time. So, that's always a reminder. If you have carb stuff, definitely do that. A lot of the, throttle bodied LS stuff has a return spring built in. But so anyway, it does fine after we do the cap for
What's
probably. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like them. I'll tell you that much. This one ran great though. Yeah. It's like a toilet bowl on top of an engine. Lets a certain amount of gas leak down in. And there's 2 of them, and they're way too big for the car. So we're driving. We get probably 20 miles. It's already dark. It's like 8:30. We're driving along. Literally, there's no street lights or anything. 2-lane road, and the car breaks up. Boom. And we're like, oh shit. And so you go from 60 to 50 to 40, and we start. He's like, get on maps and see if you can find us a spot to pull off. Well, luckily, we see this dude. We see a street light on a side road. So we pull under the street light because at this point, he's like, we're going to have to change the distributor. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. This is going to suck. So we pull off. and the biggest dog I've ever seen in my entire life comes running from this house that we pull up beside with the street light and is barking. It's like an Irish wolfhound that's got to be 150, 180 pounds. It's huge. And so this guy comes out, and Justin notices that there's it ended up being a comet, but we couldn't tell really what it was, just like hugger orange or copper orange off in the corners. We're like, okay, these guys have to be kind of cool. He's got a 3-bay garage, like a 40 by 40, it looks like. So it's got lights outside. So the guy comes walking up. I'm like, hey, man, I jump out of the car. Hey, can we use the light from the front of that shop to put the distributor in this car? And he's like, oh, yeah, come on in. And so guy ends up opening the shop up and, helping us and giving us tools and helping us diagnose it. Ended up being a damn fuel filter that was on the carb that Justin didn't change because, it ran, the car ran great for the week leading up, but you couldn't even blow through the filter. Like it was so clogged.
Wow.
So it was pretty wild. So after that, we took him out and just drove, and it was fine. So I'm sure the carbs are all gummed up now, but it was good to go after that. But other than that, the car started anytime we ever needed to. So that was a huge plus. So, if you work with carburetors a lot and, start them and drive them and everything like that, it works well. Doug Andrews asking Mike.
Oh my God.
We're over the ear headphones.
These are nice though. They work fine.
Yeah, you got to be in the cool kids club right here.
That's what I use to edit videos. So I don't annoy.
So you don't wake up the family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was editing before we jumped on here. My wife was like, "How many times are you going to watch that scene?" I'm like, "I got to get it cut at the right spot." Yeah, she hates it. So we talked about passes. We talked about Don Garlitz. Any road hazards? The Nova tore up the front on a deer. Anybody get close to hitting anything?
Those huge plastic traffic dividers that look like 55-gallon drums. One fell right in front of us, and we smashed right into it. And I thought for sure we had broken something, but nope, everything was fine. Wow. Apparently 77 old trucks just love to hit things, and
I say it all the time. Old trucks don't give a fuck, man.
yeah. I thought for sure we had smashed something on the front. We pulled over. Literally, there's nothing wrong with it.
That's awesome. Where did it fall from? Like from a truck, or did it just blow over?
It blew over. We were going through that construction zone on our way to Old Town, and a semi was right in front of us, and he either clipped it or just the wind from it blew it over, but it rolled right in front of us, and there was a car next to us. I remember looking at my dad, and I'm like, we're about to hit this cone. Just smashed right into it doing 70, and we was perfectly fine.
That's awesome.
I think the worst for me was I drove my truck up on the little rhino ramps at the hotel trying to fix it, and I backed off, and I ripped the whole front valance off.
Oh, damn.
I was like, I ripped it off in my backyard before, so it's just zip tied on. So it's just a quick release. I was like,
quick release.
It's like 8 a.m, and I'm trying to strap this thing back on. I'm like, I fucking hate this truck sometimes. It's too low. But other than that, it actually rode better with the bed completely loaded with everything. Like it didn't bottom out. Usually it scrapes the frame on everything when we're going anywhere.
See, our truck rode better with everything in the bed, but with the independent rear suspension and how wide the street tires were, it was rubbing the inner fender like a lot. Our back right tire, I would not feel comfortable driving on anymore. It's the inside of the tread is completely destroyed.
Dude, you should have come to. I think we had a grinder. You could have just whipped them things right off.
I almost did. I smashed that inside. Every time I took it off to put the drag slicks on, I had a ball peen hammer, and I would just smash the inside of the fender even more. Yeah, just a little bit more every time, and it still never really fixed it. Yep. But I'm gonna tub it. It's gonna be tubbed in like a week. So.
Oh, nice.
That's
the wrong direction, though, right? Like, are you going?
No,
going in?
It was the inside. No, it was the inside that was rubbing.
Gotcha.
The outside didn't rub. The outside was fine, but the inside is what was rubbing. Because the wheel was like just perfect enough to where it would hit the top of the wheel tub when everything was loaded in the bed, and it was make it squat. That's when it would hit that little spot right there, and it absolutely destroyed the back right tire. Like a $300 Nitto tire is now wrecked.
Dang. You hear that, Nitto? He needs some new tires. Let's sponsor this. Dude.
So I have NITOs on all my vehicles. Please call me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. What were you gonna say, Robbie?
One of those roads we were on, man, there was like a bunch of like little rocks and stuff on it. And again, moral of the story, I had no idea where we were at. It all runs together, but wound up getting a rock chip in the windshield. Other than that, I mean, they really didn't run into a whole lot of stuff. But
there was one road. It had like it wasn't like rocks. It was like the concrete had or the asphalt had like bubbled or something. You should be driving along and be like blah blah blah.
I would imagine in that thing too, probably like it gets magnified,
Oh yeah. There's about 1.5 inches of suspension travel on that thing. So with my 220-pound ass on the other side, there was probably about a 1/2 inch, and it was feeling it. We had all the stuff loaded in the back seat, even though we had a trailer. We just needed a bigger trailer. I think that's what it is. Moral of that story.
I know when we after we drove through Daytona, like you would have thought I took like a 50-pound bag of play sand and just like dumped it all inside the engine bay. I had so much sand under the hood of my truck.
Everything.
And I'm like, what happened? Like, and honestly, I don't even think we noticed it until we got to South Georgia, whatever the next track was. So I was like, I opened up the hood and I was like, oh my God. Like literally spent like 30 minutes just like wiping sand out of everywhere. I couldn't believe it. So
my roll pan caught all that sand. And when they were saying to clean it out, I was sitting there in the staging lane just going like this. And it was just,
oh yeah.
I was like, oh my God, people are probably, look at this asshole making this shit all over here. I was like,
we tried to drive on the beach, but like I guess we waited too late. In fact, Michael was behind us when we did it.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you guys were doing.
Yeah, we pulled in and like I'm calling Chuck. I was like, dude, like everybody's going on the beach. We got to go on the beach, So we got to like right in the heart of Daytona Beach. So we pulled over. I think it was like one of the last ramps, and it was like a 4-wheel drive only ramp. And I was like, like that would have been so cool to have like the freaking Cadillac out there and the Trailblazer. Like I said, Michael was behind it. Like to have all those cars out there would have been really, really cool. And the little lady that ran the booth, she was like, I probably wouldn't go out there. So I was like 10-4. She was super nice. So we freaking jumped back in the truck and kept on rolling. But yeah, man. I mean, God, looking back now, you would have thought I drove on the beach with all the sand under the hood. So
yeah, we skipped that because we were like, it's not a chance. We drove right by, like there was people taking pictures at the Daytona Beach sign. We were like, oh man, we just kept on going because, dude, we were running with Reggie and Jason and Hot Rod Dave, and those guys move out. We were like, we're so when you end up in a when you end up in a pack, like you got to hang out in the pack, man. So like whoever's at front, they're setting the pace. And Jason doesn't mess around, and Reggie doesn't mess around. That car moves.
If we do a similar route, I got there's 6 or 7 places I would love to stop at. Like one was the Daytona Beach sign.
Oh, sorry. And Scott was in that list too.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, Scott. In Pumpkin in the orange Corvette, C3 Corvette. Red hat's back on. Sorry. Here we go.
There we go.
There he is.
My man.
Scotty did better.
Yeah. Did y'all drive on the beach?
No, we stopped right underneath the Daytona Beach sign, and then I walked to the beach because I was worried about the 9 pounds of sand coming off the beach. I got a lot of rust holes in my car. Take it all in.
You'd have been wearing it.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I found out, I did a Wildwood over here, and with my tires, I got 325s in the back. They're just like the balloon tires you put on the carts. I mean, the thing drove great. The guy was like, "Can you make it on the beach?" And I was like, "I'm gonna try." I remember coming to the boardwalk and scraping the boardwalk with the frame, and it went fine. We were gonna do it. I know James did it. He got some cool pictures, but I think we were just in a rush the first couple days. And if I do it again, I wouldn't. I'd be hanging out a little more.
Yeah, I think we'll have a plan. We'll have made more passes on the car next time and kind of know what to expect and have we'll probably one and done most of the stuff next time to get on the road, and we won't wait 3 or 4 hours unless we're talking to people. We pulled out. We were going to pull out once or twice at least, and then circled back around and parked and hung out some more. So that's the hard part. It's like how do you. Where do you cut off it? Like, okay, we've got to get on the road.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best part about it is talking to people. I mean, when we were going to that park you guys were talking about with the oak tree, I was following
Yeah.
Steve Morris and who is the guy with the Pro Mod Camaro, the black 5th gen? Really nice guy. Was it Carl maybe?
Clark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that dude's super
Clark
nice. I
Moses
met him at
angle.
Roadkill. Yep, I met him at Roadkill Nights. He's a super nice guy. So we're following them. I'm like, we're following. Look at this. There's like 7,000 horsepower in front of us.
That's awesome.
And Steve actually did use one of my channel locks, so I'm going to frame that.
There you go.
He has touched this.
Yeah, I was like,
Dude,
oh, shit.
honestly, I would say that was probably one of the highlights of my week was getting to talk to Steve Morris because he was literally the nicest person to talk to, and he would talk to you. He would just chat you up. You talk to him about his car and everything, and he was the greatest guy.
That car was beautiful.
That car
it
was
was so
incredible.
cool. It was so cool. And like, he would come past you and you would see the car and it's a wagon. And so like he's driving, but he's sitting in where the back seat is.
Yeah.
Man, that had to trip people out every time he passed people.
He's got like a zip code worth of hood in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Is it, I guess at that point, is it like Pro Mod length? I don't know. I mean, is it?
I think his wheelbase was, I think it was right around like what a Pro Mod typically is.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Like
deceiving in
130 or
that.
something like that.
Yeah, it's deceiving in that vehicle.
No,
'Cause, I mean, like
140.
on a Pro Mod, I mean that's like how you sit, like the seats against the
Yeah.
tub. But it like
Mhm.
in that car, like they're so long.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
that's
It
what
was
you end up
crazy.
with. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
pretty
we
wild.
I'm a little sad I didn't spend more time with that level of guy. I was trying to talk to so many different people, that were kind of in that, folks that don't get all the media coverage
Mhm.
all the time. So I wish I had spent a little more time. But he seemed super nice. I passed him a couple of times, and then who was the other person? I don't know. There was somebody else. Joe Barry seemed like he was having a really good time.
Joe
Mhm.
Barry is also was very nice to talk to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a
Joe Barry's
two-tone car.
awesome.
Yeah.
What color is the two-tone? It's orange
The
and white or
creamsicle.
orange and gray?
Yeah.
Creamsicle,
Orange
it's
and white.
Okay,
It's like
the
a
orange and
or it's
gray
like
car.
a cream technically.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
orange and gray car we stopped by because they were having issues with their
it's
alternator
Sean
and
Fink.
water pump.
Yeah.
Yeah, super nice guy. We were trying to help them,
Yeah,
but
Sean Fink.
yeah, they were really cool. I mean, everybody was so nice.
Yeah.
That was the coolest part was talking to people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
And
doubt.
and literally, I mean, anybody like you. I rode in the elevator like an idiot. I rode down, didn't recognize it was Alex Corella. I'm riding in the elevator with, and I was like, "Oh man, what are you driving this week?" He's like, "Oh, a Fox Body." I'm like, "Oh man, cool, yeah." We like get down, we walk out to the car. I'm like, "Oh, this Fox Body, this
Yeah.
Fox Body is the one you're driving." I'm
Mr.
like,
850, yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, oh, what day is
That
it?
it's like and literally it's like anybody like what was it, Gainesville, Uncle Chet walked up and just started talking to us about our truck and
Mhm.
literally talked to us for like an hour and a half and was telling us stupid stories about making bets with Cletus the whole time.
That's
Yeah. We just walked up and started talking to you.
It is
That's
pretty
like
cool.
Yep.
when we were in the staging lanes, I saw James from Cletus. He was
Yep.
eyeing the truck up, and I was talking to him for a minute. And then the last day, George walked over. LS George,
Yeah.
super nice guy, like
Yeah.
awesome as hell.
That guy lives the life. I'm telling you, that guy has fun.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I mean, everybody was super nice. Like everybody we talked to.
What went right for you guys? Like what, I mean, we talked about what broke, what you struggled with, but like what went right? Like figuring out how you pack stuff. Did you like?
Definitely not how I pack stuff. I think we rearranged our trailer 30 times.
Nice.
What definitely went right was like for us, brand new engine and transmission combo with a truck that had never really had any road miles. Engine did amazing. It took everything we threw at it. The transmission also did amazing. It just kept taking what we gave it and just wanted more. One of the biggest emphasis we put into this truck when we originally built it was the cooling and vibration. We probably spent more time and money on heat products and vibration products than literally anything else, and it 100% paid off. The AC worked perfect.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, dude, there's a 4-inch exhaust that is about that far underneath the cab on the passenger side, and you cannot feel it. There is no heat, there's no vibration, nothing in the cab squeaks. It was amazing. That was worth every penny.
Yeah, that
So that
would
was-
definitely make it worth it for sure. Because like a squeak is fine. You're cruising to get ice cream, but a squeak
Yeah.
800 miles, like the doors off
Yes.
this thing.
Yes. And literally nothing squeaked. It was fantastic. The engine did great. And and the AC worked, and on the day when it was freezing cold, we had the defrosters going and we were nice and toasty. So
Tab said he's definitely not yard selling it next week.
Yard
don't be a
selling
wuss.
sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks.
You've got to do it one time. You've got to do it one time.
Sucks.
Yeah,
I
but they're
disagree, honestly.
Oh my god, you guys can have that. Yeah,
Ours-
get,
I'm not
get a
in.
trailer and then let's
Yeah.
have a conversation.
I mean,
dude. It's-
ours, we had the truck unloaded in 5
Yeah,
minutes.
so, dude, Tab and Brett slept out at the truck every day, and they
That's ballsy.
they yard sailed the yard sale, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Hey, did they have
Wow.
the cream colored C10?
Yeah.
Okay, I talked to him. That
Yeah.
truck was cool.
that was a
The
great
I
long
truck.
remember
bed.
him saying he did that. Yep.
Yep.
Ours, dude,
Long,
we
long
had,
bed, long
everything
bed
fit.
stick shift truck.
That's
Yep.
awesome. But
Nice.
yeah, ours, everything fit in the bed perfect with the tonneau cover. Had no issues with that. The motor ran great. I really can't ask more for that damn thing after pushing it like that. Once we fixed the trans, it was great. I mean, it shifted good. Cruising, those Silverado seats are, I think, almost second to none for comfort. I mean,
Yeah.
that thing was so comfortable. It rattled a little bit with the cage. I think we have to trim a little bit more of the cab, but it was too hot at some points with the heat. I was like, damn, we got to turn the heat down because I have the dual climate control, which I don't know why you have that in a single cab because you're only like
Yeah.
6 inches
Yeah.
from each other.
It's not going to matter.
Climate is
Yeah.
just right
But
over there.
This side is scorching and this side is super hot.
Yeah, I was like, God damn.
It's
But,
actually kind of hard to find that in a regular cab. That's
Yeah.
a pretty highly optioned truck.
That thing is, yeah, it's pretty rare. But and then getting the Amazon cup holders, like right where we put the seats, that was the best thing ever because there's no cup holders in that truck.
Yeah.
But everything, like I said, I'll do the yard
Y'all
sale again any
fancy.
day.
Oh yeah, they're so the cup holders that Justin had were right by the heater. So if you were in the front cup holder, you had about 20 minutes worth of cold drink, and then it was over.
You just have to drink coffee everywhere.
Yeah, or some hot
Yeah.
chocolate or something. Yeah.
Yeah, while I was lacking on the hot chocolate down there, I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
We have that really good rich and creamy hot chocolate from the Wawas up here. Oh,
Nice.
it is so good. But down there, they didn't have anything.
It's Florida, man. They're like hot
Yeah,
chocolate.
yeah.
What are you talking about?
They did
Well, I
have
guess-
slushies at literally every establishment, and that's what we
Yeah.
drank the whole time.
There you go. That's awesome. Robbie, what went right for you guys?
To take 2 cars with 0 miles and again, knock on wood, not have any issues. I mean,
Yeah.
couldn't ask for any more. I mean, it was a great time. I got to meet a lot of good people. Got to see you guys. I mean, it's just overall just success, awesome experience. Man, just praying we can get in again next year. You know,
Yeah.
I'm already like having anxiety, like thinking about, you know,
Well,
trying to get
I'll
both
just-
cars in again.
I'll tell you, I told Justin we're showing up. Like, I don't care.
Oh yeah.
Like, we're
Yeah,
just plan on it
it's-
because,
that's
like,
a legit strategy.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, there were so many people on the page days before. They're like, I don't know if I want to commit to it. I don't know, all this stuff.
Like, don't like. There's so many people that like are trying to get in. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, you can't fault them for like not getting their stuff together. I mean,
Well,
I
and
totally
it was
get
pretty
but-
easy. Mine was going to be a 3-hour flight down, and Justin already had the car there. I wasn't like going to,
Yeah.
I ended up not getting that easy, but it was
Yeah,
fun to
you'll
ride
love
in a car with 2 other dudes that I had only talked to about 12 minutes in my entire life, but I didn't die, and that's what matters.
There you
Yep,
go.
that's,
No,
it's a definite experience.
oh
yeah.
yeah. I mean, having it in Florida, like,
Yeah.
couldn't ask for any better. So yeah, it was perfect week. I'll say
Yeah.
that it was awesome.
I didn't know the truck was manual steering in the C10
Ooh.
for Tab and them. So the question is,
Yes.
do you still have the big one? The big steering wheel, or did you go to like the 14-inch and hate your life? That's
You
the,
should have done a
question
chain
I
link
have.
one.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
so
there you
in
go.
the old
Chain
truck,
link.
Yeah.
yeah, in the old truck for a long time, I had a 12-inch wheel, and no power steering and like
And the
250.
world's biggest forearms.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you drive it for a day and get home and be like, oh, that's right. That's exactly right. Just Popeye. Hot Rod Dave popping in here.
Man.
He was on the live stream. I jumped on a couple days ago, I think early after or right after work one day, just kind of a little 30-minute deal. I think we'll probably do more of with all the upcoming Dragon Drive stuff. I mean, like fix to do a lot of keeping people updated on that stuff because I love this event. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Scotty, what'd y'all do right, man?
Everything. The whole week went really well. I spent the entire time with my dad, the dude.
Yep.
Went to Florida for the first time ever. I mean, it was just a great time. It really was an awesome event. Great tracks. Everything went well for us. I didn't have only the one issue. It was just so much fun. I can't really say anything. I mean, I literally spent 12 days in Florida with my dad. That was the greatest thing ever.
Mhm.
Yep. It was a good time for sure. The last question I have is there anything you'll do differently for the next one?
Mhm.
We're definitely
Go
going to get a
faster.
lot more test passes. Yeah, go faster is our number
Yeah.
one.
Well, dude, you went 14s. Like I would hope. Truck makes
Well,
600. Like
yeah.
Uh,
It's like honestly, it's like with upgrades we have planned and everything for the next year. I'm hoping we'll be able to run in the 9s,
dang.
or at least my goal is going to be to
with
run in the
IRS
9s.
still, dude. Like, whew,
Yes,
Get it.
Yeah, with that
Get it.
that truck, hopefully to be able to run in 9s, and next year hopefully we'll also be bringing my car.
oh,
'Cause
nice.
the truck is the truck we built for my dad.
Oh, that's cool. What is your car?
Mine is a. So I did not steal this from Mikhail Bjorgensen because I built it before he did.
Oh shit. Yeah, right. Okay.
I have a 91 Volvo 240 wagon
Yes.
with a twin turbo 540 big block.
wow.
Oh, damn.
It's pretty
Come
stout.
Yeah.
on.
And I have a 25.2 chassis on my jib
Damn.
right now being built for it.
Very
God
nice.
damn.
Wow. Let's
That's
I
go.
knew this before.
Yeah.
He told me.
If it runs slower than a 7, I will burn it to the ground.
Well, I'm a fan of that, dude. That's cool. I was sneaking around on your Instagram. I guess I didn't go far enough
Yeah.
back, maybe.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's like I built that car. I started that car like 8 years ago.
Dang.
It's just been one thing after another and one thing after another, and then
anytime you mention big block and twin turbos, it like cubic, expands the money spend. So then you start talking 25
Yeah.
too. Those are big numbers.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's crazy. Mike, you gonna do anything different for the next one?
I'm probably going to bring transmission parts. Honestly, I mean, the truck ran good. I mean, that motor's got probably 4,000 miles on it now, so that was all tested
Wow.
and proven. The trans was just something. So I need to go to a Pro Mod Sprag. So if FTI is watching, could use
Yeah.
one. I was actually going to go to FTI in Orlando, but when we got that other one, it was fine. But
Yeah.
maybe put the stroker motor in when it's done, and send the thing to like an 890 maybe.
Come on.
Yeah,
They
that's
just
the goal.
get kicked out.
Yeah,
They're like, bro, you
Yeah,
can't
people-
go that fast.
people walk up and punch me in the face probably.
Yeah.
You dumbass.
It's like,
But that's the goal this
Uh,
year, is to put the stroker motor in and hit like an 890, and then that's
That's
fast
awesome.
enough for a
you
4,500-pound truck.
sloppy
Yeah.
mechanics guys in your shorts and flip flops and
Yeah.
go up, bust off a foot brake 890 and get kicked out of the track.
I'll tell you
I
what,
was
man,
gonna-
you gotta meet Matt someday. Matt's such a
Yeah.
great guy, and
Yeah.
he's hilarious. And he's smart as hell.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
I
really wish we
learned-
could get him on one of these.
You probably could.
I've
Yeah.
probably
Well, I'm
learned
in on
99%
a
of what I
Dragon
know about
Drive.
OS from him.
Oh, I'll talk
Oh,
to
yeah.
him on Sunday when I go.
Yeah,
But
he-
I mean, he doesn't fuck around.
I'm
He's just
surprised he
smart.
hasn't yet, honestly.
yeah. I really think it's probably they had the kid a couple years ago, and I think it's just time. I think he has a hard time with doing taking
Everything.
that much time. Yeah,
I'm sure he's
man.
busy with his normal job and stuff too.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's
Time is
he's awesome.
relevant.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have the luck of being a fireman. I only work 2 times a week, like 9 days a month.
that's why you have that rocking mustache.
I just did that because I had to shave all this. I looked like Scotty there. I was getting all gray and stuff here.
That's
But,
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really do much else other than that's pretty much it. I mean, fuel wise, we made it all the way with
Man.
E85.
I'm just getting my wizard status. That's all.
Yeah. Suspension wise, my friend Buddy, he got that thing all set up right. I mean, the truck ran great. It drove great. So just send it again. Just keep it clean.
Yeah.
There you go. The Burgundy Silverado, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I love that truck. I'd probably have 20
it just
pictures
looks
of your
so
truck.
right. Yeah.
I kept
It
staring at
looks
yours.
so good.
And I saw yours, and I'm like, oh, I had a 73 Super Camper Special I just sold.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting drag truck with that long wheelbase.
Yeah.
It's an awkward looking
long
truck.
Wheelbase for the win. 136-inch wheelbase.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's just weird looking. You look at it and you're like,
not your truck, Matt. The other truck, the Super Camper or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yours look great, man. I was like, ooh, look at that.
Yeah,
There's
I do
a lot
like
of,
that.
a lot of trucks there. A lot of trucks.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
There's a lot of
welcome to the South, boys.
Who had the white and red like 96 F-150?
Oh, that was from Richmond. I can't remember his name, but yeah, that thing ran. That thing,
twin turbo.
That thing was sweet.
Danny Anderson.
Look at that. Scotty's like a freaking encyclopedia.
I love it. I love it.
So
that thing was.
I met that guy like 2017 Drag Week, and he's had that truck for a while. It's gone through a couple different iterations, but it's still Ford powered. And it's super cool. Like, I love that truck.
What did that thing run? Does anybody know? Or someone
said it was.
It was a 10-second player.
Yeah,
it was like 1050, 1060. I want to say.
Yeah, it's really odd to see one of those. Like, you never see one of those at the track.
No, because what I want to know is, did he still have that same like crazy front suspension that those trucks had?
That was a twin I-beam or whatever.
Yeah, they either had the I-beam or like the weird like pivoting front axle. I don't remember.
Ain't no telling. Yeah, I think ran pretty good though.
Yeah, it looks like beautiful. It looks like day one it put up a 1050, 10.58 at 130.
Damn, it's getting that 130 is going to be quicker.
I was going to say it's a 10-second player.
Yeah, that had a 11.0 average. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
SGMP.
I think he pitted next to us at one point during Bradenton, and I literally didn't realize he was racing.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
I didn't either at all. I thought he was a sick word person.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, you never ever see like Michael said, you never see the trucks in the drag strip ever. It's just not a body style people use, you know.
It's a beautiful body style, though. I love that.
Yeah.
What's that? The OBS body style? Is that what that is?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what they call the Fords. Yeah.
Yeah, Dad's got a '96 Bronco. That's like
he also has been building a crew cab Maverick.
Oh, that's cool.
Ooh, wow!
Like the Maverick, the car, like back in the day when it was.
Yeah.
The
car, not that silly little front wheel drive pickup.
I didn't know. Justin Chestnut. Yeah, Justin Chestnut just said the Beast, which is his big block C10 truck, said may make an appearance at Sick Week next year. Listen, I'll tell you this: do not threaten me with a good time.
Yeah,
that truck is rowdy as hell. We, of course, before I left and hung out with my cousin for the weekend, we ran that truck down and took it to get gas in it. And there must have been like a Cars and Coffee or something, because there was like a Porsche and there was some other little car running around. Well, they were at the gas station, so we go to leave, and I mean it's Pro Street, like 22.5-inch wide back tires, all that kind of stuff.
Jesus.
And we pull out, and he just mats that truck, and it gets all shitty, just. All in the road, the guy in the Porsche is like, let's go. I love it. Those cars are always really cool until something like that pulls up, and then it's like it's got the velocity stacks that stick up that's probably right at the top of the windshield. I mean, it's a crazy ass looking truck.
Nice.
It is fun when you pull up next to exotics. I had this car, and McLaren, I think it was a 650 LT. Is that
the orange one?
No, it was down in it was up by here in Jersey, and we're leaving Cars and Coffee, and he's following me. And this car makes 1,000 horsepower. It's just a Mustang, but he like romped on it. It's like a 2019 GT.
Yeah,
but it's a built auto, and it went 890s, and he tried to mess with me, and I came by him sideways with the fender exit like right in his ear, and he just looked at me like he was like,
That's cool.
yeah. But it didn't have the parachute back then. It had no cage.
Which what year Mustang is it? Oh yeah, nice. I have
yeah.
my daily driver is a 2015 Mustang with 800 horsepower.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Nice.
Oh,
Those 10 speeds are cool. That thing actually has a trans brake from the just in the tuning.
So I have I have the 6-speed.
Okay, the MT82.
Unfortunately,
a buddy that was with me was all about those.
Yeah.
No, that
How many he
transmission
broke?
is literally the most dog garbage, dog shit transmission ever.
My buddy's been
it's my daily driver,
940s
so
with the thing.
I
So he was
don't
going
really
for the-
race it.
Yeah, now the MT82s. He always talks a big game about how he goes so fast, but he goes through MT82s like it's friggin' beer.
Yeah.
We picked up 2 of them when we
Yeah,
were
that's
down
what he
there.
said too.
They're really cheap
Oh
and
my
easy to take out.
Yeah.
Yep. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Also, the fun thing about those is the MGW, the nice shifters that you can get for the MT82s is literally like a mile down the road from my house. So
nice.
it's like I go over to them. I've worked with them on building that shifter.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. There you go. Very cool.
I mean that basically wraps up my questions. I don't know what you guys want to talk about now, but I'm open to anything. A little bit of a buzz going, and I'm ready to conversate. It's been, I'll tell you, this week has been hard to get back into. I didn't come back until Monday. Flew in Monday morning. Had to get up at 4:30 Monday morning to make the airplane. Landed, came straight to the house, and went to sleep for like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I know how that feels. We got home Sunday morning I got home at 5:30 in the morning, and it was snowing. I was like, fuck this shit. I went to bed, and I woke up at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I just can't sleep late. But it was good though. I mean, I had a couple days off still to just kind of hang out, and
Nice.
I changed the oils and the plug on the truck, and then I washed all the salt off of it. But it's still tough to get back to it. Like tomorrow, I'm going to Cars and Coffee in the morning just to go hang out.
Go. I've already been brainstorming like what I'm gonna do completely different for next year. Like,
we've made a list a mile long of everything we're gonna change on the truck to make it go faster, and everything it needs.
Like, I love the Trailblazer, but like nobody cares about that thing. So it's like that's not the kind of vehicle to take there. And like,
Hey, wait a minute.
Like I told him like. We built it because that's kind of like what we had and never intended on it ever doing that. So, but I got I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to say I'm going to retire that thing, but for like the drag and drive stuff, I got a 67 Nova hardtop shell that I have had forever.
Let's go.
I used to have another one that we like did a bunch of foot brake racing with for 7, 8, 9 years. And, after being out there and like meeting the guys from Ohio it was like almost like a butternut yellow color, but he was in one of the 850 classes. They were from Ohio, super nice guys. And like, we parked beside them like 2 or 3 days and just awesome guys. And like, after looking at their car all week and all that, it's like, I got to get my freaking Nova out. Cause like, that's the Trailblazer's cool, but like, it doesn't exactly do it for me. And it's like, I need to do something different. So I think we're going to go ahead and dig that thing out. Go ahead and get a chassis jig. And I'm just going to, yesterday I was looking at the rules, like, cause I want to build something that'll run like 7s. So it's like, where in the rules can I fit? So like, I keep bouncing back and forth between like the Ultimate Iron Class and Pro Street, but I grew up in the 90s. Well, I guess 80s and 90s. So like the Pro Street era, I remember just like being a kid, like seeing like all the roots blown Pro Street cars. So I keep kind of gravitating towards that. So I think I'm going to build the Nova for like the Pro Street class, which is like what Glenn Hunter's in with that red and white 56.
Yeah.
So I like big tire cars. I mean, like the radial stuff's cool, but like you
can always go big tire Trailblazer.
I mean, it'd be different. I've never seen one.
There's a reason.
Big lower sticking out of the hood.
Oh yeah. 4 Lincoln
in the back.
And then people would be like, it's still a Trailblazer.
Yeah.
I think people like trucks a lot. I think it's a different thing when you have a fast truck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like kind of like, oh shit.
But man, here's the thing: like the truck, it's got to be a muscle truck. It's got to be like a regular cab short bed, or like I think regular cab for sure. The long bed I think looked good on Matt's truck, but like a long bed, truck like 66, that bed just does not do that body style
long.
justice.
Yeah. And they're weird and swoopy and everything in the 60s.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Chevys back in the 60s have a weird suspension on them? The rear suspension.
The trailing arm suspension.
Yeah. So my buddy's got a 67, I think. It's a 5.3 twin turbo, like kind of built motor, and it's got stock suspension. And his wastegate line melted, and he was at MIR, and he went at 860, I think, at 150 with the thing. Jesus. And he's like, I didn't think it was going to go that fast, but it ended up lifting the heads. And he put a new head on, and it's been fine since. And
there's no more boost that can fit in here.
And you would see the thing leave, and the thing's going like this down the track.
Oh, yeah.
The truck arms are, in factory form, they're horrible. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how the hell he did that. But
they're like two C channels, just like spot welded together. Yeah.
And the front suspension isn't that great on them either.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they weren't intended to go that fast. Just keep that in mind. They were intended to drive around.
One thing I think
Tab says there's lots of space for camping gear in a long bed, though.
That's true.
That's very true.
Yeah,
that's very true. One thing that I would like to do, if I have the time to get it done this year, I'd probably do it. Is do a complete like bed cover / skin, sort of like what Cletus has on Mullet, where you have like little compartments you can open, or you can get to the fuel cell, or you can get to the battery or the air compressor, something like that, and just completely cover it in carbon.
That'd be cool.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I'm going to actually get around to doing that this year because it's really low on my care list, but
yeah. And I mean, it's a truck. Like you got to take all that shit out anyways at the track to run them numbers. So.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we did the cage the way we did. So it'd go under the tonneau cover.
Yep.
So I mean, it's still got safety, but it's not exactly the most legal thing. But it's so nice to have that tonneau cover.
Oh, yeah, it'd be the only way.
That's
to go.
one thing. That's one thing we're 100% going to have next year is a cage.
Gotcha.
Just help with like chassis flex and everything.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, we I don't know, with Justin talking about taking the C10, now his wife she may race the Model A or take it for Sick Ward. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool.
There you go.
That'd be awesome.
That's a sweet.
We had early on. Yeah, we had early on discussed taking the C10. And he asked, you going to take the C10 or the Model A? And I said, let's take the Model A. Just one, because it's way more space and it's not as rowdy. With as much content as I was trying to get, like I knew we didn't need to be on the side of the road with a blown big block, truck that makes 800 or 900 horsepower,
Getting like 1 mile or something.
Well, I mean, perfect example. He drives it to the track. They live in Bradenton, drives it to the track. It's like 20 minutes. Second pass shells the trans. So like I mean, you start doing that kind of stuff. You got to put street miles on that stuff. And so he'll do it now. The trans is already out and at the trans shop getting built. And so
there you go. Ain't wasting no time.
Yeah. So I think he's trying to enter in the thing that Tom posted about today, the
shootout. Yeah.
The shootout. Yeah. I didn't see the specifics of that.
Yeah. It didn't matter. It was in Florida for me, and I'm like, I can't go back down there.
Yeah, no, that's an 18-hour drive. I don't want to make more than once a year.
Yeah. Trying to think what else,
with the 100 cars that he said it was the fastest 100 to get the early entry.
Did anybody confirm that? Because I heard that, but I never saw it anywhere.
He just said it in the video is all I heard.
Okay, gotcha.
Because we were like 107th or something. I was like,
we were 105 with the Cadillac, and I'm like,
well, I mean, you got to think though, like
after 100.
yeah, we were number 295, I think. It doesn't matter. We're gonna need to get in on our good looks, so and winning personalities.
The old things for radio.
Narcs.
Yeah, I'll let Justin do all the talking.
Okay, I could use a co-pilot if anybody wants to come.
Yeah. Dude, I think that's what I need to do. I need to ride with somebody I don't know. That way it gives you a week worth of conversation.
Yeah,
You know,
you
like,
can tell real fast if you want to kill them or not.
yeah.
Yeah. You just immediately get in the car. Are we there yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? No, we're not even close. Yeah. Co-pilots are make or break, man. You know, it's, and I
Yeah.
felt bad for Justin. You know, I was trying to do so much recording, especially like
Yeah.
once we got to South Georgia, I was like, man, I'm way behind on what I wanted as far as content. And so we get there, we get the car changed, and I'm gone. And so I get back. Maybe it was Gainesville. I got back, and he already had the car changed over. Like, I was like, oh man, dude, I'm sorry. I would have helped. No, it was South Georgia. I was like, I'd have helped. I didn't know you already changed over. He's like, man, we got to go. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
let's get out of here. So, and meet up with people. I think, you know, that's the try and get you a group of folks you can travel with, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it differs every week. I mean, I think what
Yeah.
I would do next time is I would like make my passes and then take my time getting to the next spots. Like
Yeah.
sit at the checking points, talk to the people.
Yep.
We do.
Yep.
Yep.
I felt like we
'Cause
were rushing it the first day,
Yep.
and we didn't.
Yeah,
need to.
same.
Yeah, we kept trying to get. Maybe we did make 2 passes the first day, but I know it was 4 or 5 hours after we made the first one that we left. You know, so we just load up and roll. But there was really nobody leaving, so I was like, well, we'll wait it out. It'll be fine. And then we rolled and running into dark. I think it would have been cooler to take the time, and that's what, like with the Dragon Drive we're doing. Kind of the plan is to leave early in the morning. It's about 160 miles, and so plan for everybody to kind of convoy that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. What else, guys? What have we left off? What have we not talked about? Because we've talked about sick week. I mean, now we
scooter for 2 days.
do what? Say that again.
How I stole your scooter for 2 days.
Oh, hey, I'll let you borrow it. You eventually brought it back. So what's funny, I think that happened another time, or I left another one at the front. We ended up one short for the week, and it was my fault. I was riding them all the time.
For anybody watching this, so Narks and I both have injuries to the back of our ankle where the frickin' aluminum kick scooters got us.
Dude, it still hurts.
Oh, tore me to pieces. So I was in Gainesville and like I hit a pebble and went over the handlebars, and I'll never be the same. So yeah,
that's pretty funny. I was standing there, and I'm like in a group of like 6 or 8 people. Of course, we're in the lanes, and somehow I kicked the scooter, and it like waylays the inside ankle bone on my right leg.
Oh yeah,
man, it hurt so bad. Still does. It's bruised and everything. So.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The freaking
next
kick
time,
scooters, man.
I'm telling you, next time I'm bringing a big wheel kick scooter or something. I've been thinking about building one or something, because I'm like, I need like an adult one. Like the ones we rode on weren't necessarily, they said they were for adults and they did fine. But I want one I can kind of really stretch out on or something. I don't know.
The little bit of exercise is nice, but like after seeing like everybody in the electric ones, and like even before we left, like I was like looking at them online.
Yeah.
And like there's a couple on Amazon, and I was like, man, like, do I really want to spend $500 on this? Yep. I was like, not after I just spent how much, and like knowing I was going to spend like another $3,000 while I was gone, and it's like, so I was like,
we don't talk about what we spent on this trip, man.
$100, something like that. And so I jumped on Facebook Marketplace, and like boom, $15 aluminum kick. It was like 2 miles down the road. It was like perfect. Yep. And little did I know I would just about need to get stitches getting it, but hey, here we are. So
yeah, that $15 kick scooter cost you about $3,000.
Yeah. She reached out and got me pretty good. So
Hot Rod Dave said he's buying a classic mini bike for a pit bike. He said he about died by day 2 with all the walking.
So on that,
so much walking.
So I have one, and what I did was I bought a cheap mini bike frame, and I put a Predator 210 motor on it, or 212.
Yes.
Those things are dangerous, man. I mean, mine will do 35 miles an hour, and it'll throw me off of it if I crack that thing real hard. But the problem is it's so heavy, and it's just kind of it won't fit in my bed.
Yeah.
But I mean, that thing's an animal.
Yeah.
I want some no prep stuff with that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I really want like a kick scooter, just that's real adult size. It's got air in the tires and shit like that. Like I've got an electric scooter, but I couldn't have flown with it down there. So
yeah.
It ended up not mattering because I rode down, but flew back. So I could have mailed it home, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You just sold it down there.
Yeah, I think 2 days I walked over 15,000 steps, whatever that works out to be. It was a lot. Tab says whole bunch of walking. We're bringing the golf cart next year.
Yeah, have some good shoes because I was walking around in my racing shoes and my feet were killing me.
Oh man, yeah.
I wore my Vans all week. Like I was raced in my Vans. I'm like, I'll make it one pass. Like I don't, which probably shouldn't advocate that, but
there you go. He's got one right there.
Yeah, like literally, it was all week long. Just wore my Vans. So,
yeah, I'm used to that. Like and make sure you eat stuff during the day too. That was a big thing I usually don't do.
That was something that ended up getting us a bunch.
Yep.
It's like we'd get to the hotel and realize, oh, we never ate anything today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm gonna go pass out now.
Well, and the problem is like you can't even go to like the concession stands because it's 3 hours long. So you're not going to waste that kind of time doing that. Yes, snacks. Justin's wife kept us in snacks.
Yeah, that was something that I honestly didn't get to take advantage of until like the last day. That I would definitely say is underrated. Is Tom Bailey's freaking hot dog van?
Yes,
that gave out hot dog. That was like the best idea ever. Yes,
MVP
by Friday
for sure.
Oh my god, that was the best hot dog I've ever had.
Yep. I had one in Gainesville, and then they come cruising around. I think it was the last night in Bradenton, and we snagged a whole bunch of ice cream sandwiches out of the back. Man, that's what I had for dinner. That's what I had for dinner that night. Like we ate at 11 that morning, and then we didn't eat again until the next day.
Yep.
Except for that ice cream sandwich.
Dude,
the best ice cream sandwich you've ever had.
Oh, 100%. 100%. My wife went with me.
Actually parked.
Go ahead, Michael. No, go ahead.
No, you go first. You.
So yeah, my wife went with me. She was my co-pilot on Drag Week in 2019, and man, like she brought everything. So like we ate like kings. I mean, she like if she's at a drag and drive with us, like y'all need to come pit with us because ain't nobody gonna starve. Like
there you go.
Like I mean, I'm talking everything from like Cool Ranch Doritos to fresh fruit. Like girls got it going on. And then I didn't have her this go around. And we about starved to death.
Yeah, you missed her. You missed her real bad. That's what you're saying.
Fell apart completely.
Miss Robbie, he's saying he missed you and loved you so much.
I'm telling you, starved to death and got sunburnt. So yes, all her fault. But what are you gonna do?
Tab said, bring a grilled burgers, hot dogs, and fresh coffee every day. We so for 2021.
Where the hell was the hot dogs and burgers, Tab?
I know, right? For 2021 2.0, we lugged a grill around all week long and didn't fire it up one time. Had charcoal and everything. Just
Oh,
we're done.
The last day we grouped with the blue and the white F-150s.
Mm-hmm.
That was Jacob and Sean, and they're awesome guys. All their guys there with were awesome. They even bought us burgers, like these big juicy ass burgers, and they cooked with us. Nice. They had sunblock. I mean, we sat right behind the winner's circle at Bradenton.
Oh, that's cool.
And we parked right across along it. So we had red, white, and blue. And those guys were awesome, and they fed us. And it was just a nice spot to hang out because you just literally you sit there and you look around the corner. You can watch everybody race.
That's awesome.
And then when the Boosted Boys wrecked, I gave them. They're like, "Oh, we need a jack." I was like, "Here, I got a jack right here. Take the jack." Yeah. And Brent was so nice from like PFI.
Yeah,
so nice guys.
Is that when his son broke the control arm?
Yeah, dude, they actually bent the frame on that car. We were looking at it, and the guy's like,
he like plowed that thing into the wall.
Yeah,
it made a hell of a 60-foot, and then it went. You can see in the pictures. There's a picture before it wrecked where the one wheel was like that, and they were like this. So he did a Duramax.
Yeah. I think they worked on their car more than anybody did.
Yeah,
all week. I mean,
I remember at South Georgia Motorsports Parks, they were pitted right next to us, and I was changing the tires, and I hear them driving up to the staging lanes, and then Brent comes hauling ass past us, screaming his son's name, and we turn around, and his back drag slick is going.
Oh,
he didn't put the lug nuts on. He had just put the wheel on and didn't tighten the lug nuts. And he had made it like 60 feet, and it's going, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, my God.
It'll get to you. Those days of just
man, it's brutal. That's what I hope people at home that are watching this, even now or later, understand. Like your brain doesn't work right. But
No,
by
man,
Thursday afternoon,
it absolutely cooks
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
You need to have a checklist, an actual physical checklist, and just staple it to the front of the car and be like, all right, got through all this stuff.
Yep.
I mean, that's how I felt like Georgia. We got there late. And I'm like, dude, we got to unload the shit and everything's good. And I put all my shit on. I'm like putting my gear on as we're pulling up. And I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah, it's way too much, man. It's the best week you'll ever need a break from.
Yeah, it is not a vacation like Tom said.
Yeah, the hardest vacation you'll ever take.
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go
right now.
Hey, my
anybody
shit is ready to go right now.
Yeah. Did anybody watch Steve Morris's video when he drove the wagon for the very first time and all of the mistakes he made the very first time he was trying to race it? It kept like going. So apparently it goes into a burnout mode when it starts up, and it limits it to 5 psi boost. So he kept like he kept trying to make passes and forgetting that this mode was turned on, and it would just be super slow. I mean, it would still run like a
still run like
750 or something. But yeah,
I did that on Friday night. I forgot to turn my boost controller on and went 1091.
Oh,
God damn
wait a
it.
minute.
That's why, Robbie,
Oh,
you
man.
saw me in the lanes. I was so
Yeah.
mad because I did that and I didn't get a second pass.
Yeah.
yeah, because you'd went 991 that the last pass of the week.
I think that, yeah, probably.
I had the party tune-up in it. It was ready to rock.
I think a lot of us are going to be a little bit bummed about not getting that last run for a while.
Well, hey, here's the deal. Listen, we'd have ran a 12.9999 on that pass. I mean, we just didn't have the chance to do it.
Oh,
Well, the crazy thing is when they announced everybody to go, we were parked right next to who is it? I think it was Justin with that gray Mustang that the guy did friends with the big front mount turbo. And as soon as they called everybody, it was mayhem. Like we all bunched up like that. It was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess I'll let this guy go and this guy go. And then we were right next to the Doug and all them too. Cook.
Mm-hmm.
And it was mayhem to get in the lane.
Yeah.
I will say it was a lot better starting Tuesday. Well, we got rained out Tuesday, but I guess Wednesday when they started calling the C class by odd and even, like, it helped.
That helped a lot.
Yeah,
I wish I was prepared for it. But
yeah, because it was. Oh my god, it was
the first day was absolute chaos.
Everybody was already like lined up, but not in the lanes. And
yeah, I parked by you. I'm like, I'm gonna park by you real quick.
Yeah.
Just so as soon as they call us, we're gonna be like, oh.
Yeah, we were ready.
There was a lot of cars in the C class. So I almost like on the way back, I kind of promised myself, not knocking the C class because part of.
I mean, hey, listen, build something fast. You're getting early.
I was like, I never want to be in the C class ever again. Like, it's just so many.
That's
many
really
cars.
the incentive.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Next time.
Yeah, I gotta get my cage certified and get that all done and do that.
Yeah.
So
the
sounds
truck
like
would have done good.
I think we all got a general consensus. It's just like the C class. It's just so many. Well, it's probably.
It was two cars.
If it wasn't half the field, it was maybe a little bit more.
It was more than half.
I mean, there's a lot.
I think they said it was 100. There was 130 cars in the C class.
Probably
no, it was more than that.
There was just 108 in the Dahlia own.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I, like I say, if it wasn't half, it had to have been a little bit more than that. But yeah, I told myself driving home, I'm like, we're running faster than 10-0 here on out. So I don't, whatever it's
next year.
Yeah.
Next year is definitely going for B class.
Yeah.
At least B class.
Yeah. I'd love
you guys are crazy, man. We're like, I just hope Justin gets the truck done right, and we'll be like in a high B. Like we'll be right up against the number.
I'll be fine in B class. I'll be happy because I can actually run the truck out a little bit and not try to kill my brakes.
So wait a minute. You get put in classes based upon what your car is tech to, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just got to be tech to B class. You don't actually have to race as fast as B class.
No, you don't. I mean, there's people run 11s in B class.
Technically speaking,
that's got figured out.
Well, and I noticed like a couple of the 850 cars had an A, so I guess they were.
Because I know. Well, I know. Ruby.
Yeah.
Cletus's car Ruby is definitely an A class speed.
Yeah.
car.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah. So it's like almost if you just you know, I guess maybe we're finding the loopholes here, but like,
Yeah.
but yeah, if you could like tech faster than what you actually are running, like jump in that instead. But like, I legit, like, I would love, it might be wishful thinking, but I'd love to show up next year with something that ran like a high 7, which wouldn't be competitive and per street right now. But like, I just want something to go out there and go a lot faster than what I did. Cause my
Yeah,
God, like I could eat a sandwich. Actually,
Yeah.
if you're out, subscribe to the Coastal Racecraft YouTube channel, because whenever I have time to catch up on work and edit my videos at Gainesville, I don't want to spoil it, but we were having a little lunch going down the track, so you will see that. You will see that on the video. So pretty classic. So
That's awesome.
Hopefully this week I can get those edited.
Well, I mean, if we're plugging channels, so
Yeah.
Questionable Performance Solutions, I'm gonna take my car and go 880s next year.
There you go. There
Yes. Dude,
you-
that's you're gonna go
That's the goal.
880s
I've
in the
got
rickety
aluminum-
rocket?
I've got an aluminum LS motor, a glide, new rear
Nice.
end, and we're doing the cage. I'm shooting for 880s with the
Nice.
rickety
Wow.
rocket.
There you go.
That's what's
Can-
up. You're gonna
can
turn
you-
that car into a race car.
Can you almost call it rickety at that point? Like
No,
does the-
that'd be a nice rocket.
Does the 8-second like completely like null and void the rickety aspect of it? or-
Matt did 8 for 8s with his
Oh
Mustang.
no, dude! It's
Yeah.
gonna be held together with bubble gum and zip ties. It's still rickety as hell.
Yeah.
That's
Parts
awesome.
flying off.
But
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
it runs.
Hey, rust is lighter than carbon fiber for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very,
Weight
very true.
reduction.
Yeah,
It gets
Yeah.
lighter the farther it goes.
that's right. That's right. The faster it goes, the lighter it gets. That's funny.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you gotta love it.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, I can't wait to go back. This Sick Week 2023 can't come soon enough, man. I'm all pumped.
I hope we
Like,
all
I'm
get in.
telling
That'd
you.
be a good time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
trying to get in.
I
Yeah.
would think, like, you know, with as many emails as they sent out this year, like, hey, you know, come on, would you go? You know, if we give you early registration, what's that look like for you? You know,
Absolutely.
things like that.
Yeah.
I would think we'll probably end up. Surely you would nudge 200 cars, you know, pre-registered.
At least.
I would think.
Well, I think as far as like social media coverage goes and like photography and all that, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but I think that was the most like publicized and
Oh,
like
it's-
Holy
date.
crap! Yeah.
live
Yeah.
action,
Yeah.
like sick the mag did an amazing job, like
Yeah.
every day throughout the day, posting stuff. Like,
Absolutely.
no,
I mean,
Oh,
I
there's
think
some
just like
really good pictures. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just like the prestige of Tom Bailey, and all he knows everybody. He was able
Yeah.
to get so many like big photographers and
oh, yeah.
big name players.
Drag
and-
Illustrated
yeah.
was there for part of it.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
did y'all listen to? Do y'all ever watch the Wes Buck show?
Every once in a while when I have
Dude.
time, yeah.
When he went live during the week, they were at Gainesville. He was having a good time. Like,
Oh yeah.
and even in a post he put up, I think it was Saturday or something like that. He was like, "That's the best event I've ever been to. We're going to do all of them. Where I'm building a car,
Oh yeah.
all that kind of stuff." So, yeah, you know, I've said it the entire time that Sick Week was going to change drag and drive culture. Like, it was just going to change it, and it will.
Yep.
I mean,
What was y'all's thoughts on the reaction time thing?
I think that was
So-
a good idea.
hey, I'll tell you right now,
Definitely, I think it was a good idea.
for 2023, the drag and drive we do, I'm going to add reaction time to the ET.
And look at all the heads up racing you had. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great, man. You
It
didn't
had
have
to have
somebody.
it.
It definitely made things go faster.
Yeah.
Although twice we had to beg Keith Turk to sign off on our sheet. Because we had a nasty fuel hole in the map, and it would not react at all.
Oh.
We would end up with like a 102 every time.
Oh,
Ah,
So we're just like, can you like just add this onto the end? He's like, I don't care.
Yeah, he didn't care. He's like, "Oh, you're running 14 O's. Who gives a shit?"
yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna win. I swear. Please just. stop."
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it was a great addition doing that.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was.
especially like, I mean, obviously none of us really got to watch the live feed, but like, I'm sure for those who did,
Oh, yeah.
like, it was just so much better than like a drag week or something like that, where like,
Yep.
And announce. I mean, it's probably way easier for them to announce the race with both
Right,
cars
right.
going down the track at the same time.
Not someone
And
just
it's way
sitting there
more fun.
building boosts the
It
whole
made
time.
it so much more fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you could build boost quick. I mean, mine
Yeah.
with a stock engine, I could build 15 pounds in like 6 seconds if I tried.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I mean, like if that was your case, like you would have, you'd have planned for it. You'd have, bumped in differently. You'd have been on, you'd have been on the brake getting there. All that kind of stuff. So yeah, it definitely helped out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the bump was the best thing I think we put on my truck with the trans brake. I used to have
Yeah.
to foot brake it, and with those vacuum brakes, you'd kind of like roll in a little bit too far, and you're like, oh
Ooh,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when I bump in, I actually hold the brake a little bit just to stop it from kind of going like that. But you can see in my one video in the cab, I'm going like this. I'm bumping in. It's not even a violent bump. It's like, damn it. But I mean, it felt great. I mean, leaving off the trans brake.
Do you are you using like the bump through the Holly, or do you have like a Davis bump box? Or
No, it's through the Holly.
gotcha.
Yeah, my buddy
Do
wired
you
it all up.
yeah, are you using Holly's actual like staging tool, or did you make your own table?
There's a staging tool, yeah. So I have it set at like 0.025 seconds or something.
Yeah, the staging tool in Holly is really tricky to get smooth. I've had better luck with like making a table. It's a lot easier to tune it.
I'm gonna talk
And
to
you can-
Matt when he does that.
You can get most of the time you can get it to where it just kind of creeps forward instead of hops.
That's the best. Is like the rolling. But
Yeah, I've been able to tune a table to get it to do that, but I've never been able to get that stupid staging thing to stop it from just hopping forward.
When I put it down far enough, it wasn't horrible. And you can see in the video, it bumped in like not horrible. But I gotta mess with a couple of these. I actually want to go to like a Holly school and actually learn how to tune this stuff.
Yeah, I've done the Holly, all 3 Holly tier sessions up in Bowling Green, and I could not recommend it more.
There you
go. Tom Keiss does.
I just want to build something that I need
class.
Holly for. Like,
Put a turbo LNS in anything.
Yeah. But yeah, Tom Keiss' Holly class at Bowling Green is the greatest experience.
That's awesome.
I'll have to do
She
that.
He will
put a
teach you things
Terminator
about
X on
Holly
the
that
truck.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But he will teach you things about Holly that they will not tell you in the book, in the instruction manual. It can do a lot more than it says it does. But their lawyers
tell you
won't
much in the
let them
instruction
tell you that.
Yeah, I had to look. I was like, how do I change my trans brake? And I'm like, looking at it. I'm like, God damn it. But I know I still have a couple inputs and outputs. I don't think I really even need them for anything. I might actually go to CO2 for boost control eventually. But it's just on a 4-port right now, and it seems to work. So I see
could
you
use
over
a,
there.
Don't
You
do
don't
the
like that?
CO2, do it via air.
So I heard about that, and I either or I'd want to do. Because I know
Do
you
the
can't run
via
out of
air.
air.
Don't do the
via air.
CO2.
Yeah, a 1 gallon via air compressor I think is literally like $100. When you go to the Holly class, you literally get
Holy
about 3,000 pages of books that
Oh,
tell you
Jeez.
everything the Holly manual does not tell you.
Huh.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
just the tier 2 class is 1,500 pages.
Is it like a weekend each time, or?
Each one is 3 days. No, 2 days, I think. 2 days.
How much was it to do all of it?
I want to say each class was $300.
Oh, that's cheap. Oh my god.
But
so
they feed
not
you.
bad other than travel.
You're in that class for 9 hours, and they cram every ounce of information they can into you in 9 hours. But they feed you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They have endless drinks and everything, and it's in the National Corvette Museum, so
Yeah.
you get to
That's
see
pretty
Corvettes
cool,
all
yeah.
day. But
We
it's
went
an
there for
amazing
LS
class.
Fest. LS Fest was a blast. That's a crazy event.
Yeah.
That
we
is
could
a
always
lot
just
of people there.
we always just call Matt if we have a question. Just pester him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the book.
yeah.
Matt, congratulations. You're our new tuner, bud.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for
You
everybody
don't want
watching
that.
this, Matt is your Holly guy.
Yeah, message him right
Not so much on the brakes, but the
Like
Holly
I just
guy.
said, yeah, not for, I'm good at going fast, not stopping.
Yeah. There
And
you
actually,
go.
I'm not good at that either.
I was going to
He's
say,
up
I
at
don't
like
think
1
you.
in the morning too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that's crazy.
Oh man.
How much?
That's not
How
good.
much sleep? How much sleep did you guys get during the week?
Not
'Cause-
much.
Yeah, by Thursday I think I'd had 20 hours.
I got a good amount the first couple days.
Yeah, not too bad. We like I said, thankfully, really didn't have anything bad going on. When we would, we never got a chance to actually race Chuck's car with we've been working on a new tune for it, but it wasn't far enough along to put it in it to race it. So we would race on the old tune, do the checkpoints, get to the hotel, check in, and then we would flash the new tune in it and drive around and work on the tune, then take that back out, put the old tune back in it, and race on that. And throughout the week we just kept, but I never got it, wasn't happy enough where it was at to run it on that. So
Here's a question I want to ask everybody. Did anybody mess with their tune at all trying to get better miles per gallon?
I pretty
Nah.
much had mine
We,
yeah. I mean, it run. I'm gonna say lean, but usually 13.8, 14.0 cruising. I did great. When Chuck was empty, of course the way Chuck drives, but when Chuck was empty, I still had a half a tank. So we just gauged it. I don't have no fuel level sensor on the truck yet, so so we just figured out the first day that when Chuck's empty, I've got a half a tank, and it worked perfect. So so we went off of that, and it was perfect the rest of the week. So it worked out pretty good.
I've had the motor in my car since 2020, so we didn't really touch the tune. We checked it, I think, twice the entire week, and I was getting 15.2 miles a gallon.
Oh my God, that's
Really
way better than me.
Yeah.
On the highway, the last 2 days, I think we were getting 13.5.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think we were getting 11
there.
cruising.
Yeah, I don't know.
when
We
we
got a
were-
lot
I
of
think it
smiles per gallon.
Yeah.
I think we were cruising at 14.5. I think a buddy, when I went down to Maryland for Cars and Coffee, and we were cruising back, and he's like, "Oh, let me just mess with some things," and we got the mileage a little better. But other than that,
the first day on just our base tune and everything like that, we were getting 8 miles per gallon, just going through all the back roads and starting and stopping so much. But I think the next day, I think I leaned it down to 14.7 and just let it cruise like that the entire time, and I got it to 10.
Nice.
And it seemed to be doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
The real question is, did anybody get their picture with the Rhino?
The Rhino?
Yeah.
What's the Rhino?
Scotty, tell the story.
McKenna, what's the Rhino?
No idea. Oh, Tyrone.
Yes.
Tyrone.
Yeah, I got him. I got him from the Santa bus. He was coming around, and I asked for something for Christmas, and he gave me Tyrone.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So that's McKenna. So she loves drag racing and doing everything. She doesn't get to go because she's still a little young, but she always gives me a stuffed animal, either her or her sister Mavis that we saw earlier.
Aww.
And I take the stuffed animal and take pictures all throughout the deal, and then they hear about the story of the stuffed animal when we get back.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Future sick weekers right there.
That's right. Yeah, my 9-year-old keeps begging me, "Please, can I go? Please, can I go?" So we may have to see if I can get her. And so, yeah, I'm telling you. So I interviewed the Lipinski girls at, I think we were at South Georgia, and that video dropped today. And it's so cool. Those 3 girls riding the back seat of that 53, gasser. And literally, there's a spot this wide between the driver and passenger seat that they climb in and out of. I thought the passenger seat would flip and things like that, but it doesn't.
damn.
And they just cruise back there, man. It's crazy. So it's a great interview, but it's definitely got me thinking, okay, if 3 kids can make it in the backseat of that car for a week, maybe my kid can make it.
Oh yeah. No, go ahead.
That was
Get
a lot of fun seeing everyone who had full families, Blaine and his dad. It's
Oh yeah,
their 2 sisters and everything. There was a whole family in that car.
Yep. Well, so I don't remember the mom's name, but the mom and daughter were riding in a rental most of the week because
Oh, were
Tom and
they?
Blaine had been down, for the first couple of days, and then the girls were in a rental. I think it's a convertible Mustang even.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, they're not scared to take that car 4 deep and go
Yeah,
anywhere.
like holy cow.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh, man.
I'm really surprised that car didn't run a 9 during the week. It went like 10.007.
It was so close. It
Oh.
was so close.
Oh, makes me sad.
Yeah.
Dude, I
That
was
thing's-
so
it's
mad.
rowdy.
I called out Blaine and Tom for a match race, first to the
Yes.
9s, and we didn't
Yep.
get it Friday night.
Oh,
Yep.
that would have
Yeah,
been,
they
that
were
would've been
they
good.
were in
Dude,
the
I think we-
lanes. Go ahead.
They were a car ahead of me in the lanes, and I was going to tell the track guy, "Hey, me and him, me and him, me and him."
Oh,
We
that'd have
both
been
had
awesome.
the party tune-up.
Yeah.
It was all for nothing anyway, though, right? we all got turned around regardless. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now the race is on. Do you think you'll get there first? You think they're going to get there first?
I don't know. I've got one race in mind if I don't tear the car apart. So we'll kind of
Yeah.
see.
There
If
you
not,
go.
I'm just going to skip 9s and go to 8s.
There you go.
There you go. That's what you need to do. Just right out of the gate. Screw it.
Yeah.
10-0. Then
Does anybody have
not-
tracks open by them yet, or no?
This will be. Well, I'll go to Oklahoma for that one. So, what about 5-hour drive for us?
Oh
Yeah,
my god!
I think Joplin, which is kind of between me and Scotty, I think they open either next weekend or the weekend after, something like that. It's always sometime
is that
February.
Gateway or
No, it's Joplin. It's Mocan Raceway.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
It's just
right
it's a
there on
small
the
track, but
Missouri-Kansas border.
yeah, but it's been they're celebrating their 60th year in continuous operation. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's one of the
And they
oldest
got rid of the guardrails.
IHRA.
Oh, that's safer.
Got rid of the guardrails. I know they put concrete barriers up and run a lot of new concrete this time. I don't remember about the guardrails,
I'm
but yeah,
pretty sure they got rid of the guardrail. I think they went all concrete barrier now.
nice. That's cool.
Always
They've really done a
Which
ton
I-
of work.
I had fun the few times I've been to Mocan, but
Mhm.
I didn't like guardrail.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to come down April 8th. We're doing our drag and drive for charities, man.
Is that
Nice.
So just
the circuit race?
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. We'll do that, and then
I don't know, man.
it's
Last time I went to the circuit, I was 6 liters. So that
what
and
else,
Lewis
guys?
Morton put me on the trailer.
He put you on the what?
Put me on the track.
Oh, dang.
He done beat me up.
Yeah, Lewis is a good dude. He's got a
Yeah.
super nice 70 Chevelle SS that's just like it'll bracket any class 850, 90, 950, 10, 11, 13. It'll do it all.
Damn.
It's just a consistent car. It's super cool.
That's
all
the
right, guys.
goal right there.
Yeah, dude, and it's nice, and they've taken on like I think 8 or 9 different drag and drive events. They've done both Rocky Mountains, they've done drag weeks, they've done all of them. So it's pretty cool. And they do all of our stuff because Sedalia to Joplin is about 3 hours, but it's they come down. I mean, they're a huge supporter of the charity and huge supporter of the children's shelter and all that kind of stuff. So,
Nice.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So we have a lot of fun. Closing comments, conversation. Anything you guys want to talk about before we round this thing down?
If you have the chance to do one of these events, do it. Don't ask,
yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And
If anything,
just an
it'll make you get your
experience.
stuff finished.
Yeah.
or not, but you'll have
Or
a hard
not.
time. You'll learn how to fix shit on the fly.
Yep.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say to that too. Like, you don't have to be like the 850 cars get all the attention, but like how many cars did we say were 10-0 and slower? 200
Yeah.
of the 340,
probably
at least that many.
just shy
Yeah.
of 2/3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, show up in something that runs. Well, the dude in the Kingswood wagon, I mean, that was his daily driver. Now it's a cool daily driver, but I mean, I think that thing ran like 13s. But like,
See,
even just Sickord stuff.
Yeah.
There's some nice.
See, and then
cars.
you, oh
yeah.
God, that what was it? It wasn't the Plymouth, the green Plymouth.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, but yeah, like the
Holy
Viper
cow.
With like the
grills.
was that like the Pro Street style one you're talking about?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That had
almost
the
a little pro
interior that-
touring with big
Yeah,
wheel.
yeah,
That car was
yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, that was
See,
a
the
nice
thing
car.
is, like, even if you show up at one of these drag and drive events and you don't go fast like we did, it makes you want to go fast the next year.
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll be in the 850 class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like we're all gonna be in the B class next year.
Honestly, the
Yeah.
funnest time I've had on one of these events. The funnest time I've had on an event, my car ran 13s, and we had a blast. It was the funnest time ever. So
Yep.
just
Yeah.
drag it out, bring something, have a good
Yep.
time, meet people. I mean, I met
Yep.
a ton of people on this thing. Hell, I
Yeah.
met Matt day one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were close down there, pitted relatively close day one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I
hell,
looked
Scotty
over and I
was
seen
up
this
for
little inside
34
door.
hours working on Daniel Green's car. I mean, dude, like that's drag and drive family right there. Like that's what people don't get. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's about. That's you thrash to get there. You thrash during the week, even if it's just hanging out with your friends. It's 4 hours of sleep a night and all that kind of stuff, and you're excited to get up at 7 the next morning and get back at it. So,
Yep.
And the satisfaction of rolling into the track on the last day.
Oh,
Dude,
that was
listen.
the best feeling.
I wanted to hug everybody. I was like,
Yeah.
we made it. We're here. Oh, it was awesome.
It's bittersweet though, because it's like you made it, and like worst case scenario, at least like you're freaking trucking. If you trailered it, at least you're trucking trailers at the track.
Yeah.
But it's also it's like, damn, the week's over. It's
Yeah.
That's what I was telling my buddy.
Yeah. That's the one thing. I don't know. It's like as much torture as we all go through at the end. It's like, not ready for it to be over yet. So
Yeah.
And the people you see, like we're not going to see each other for another like year.
Yeah.
If that, you never know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one more thing. We did lock the keys in my tow truck. So one night we were trying to get back to the house.
No.
We had to call somebody to come unlock it. I was ready to kill somebody. It
Nice.
was Sunday night. So it was Sunday night. I was like, "Oh, come on, man!"
So here's a true story. So Friday night, it's all wrapping up. We go down, get the trailer. We come back, and like they're already doing the awards. So it's like, well, screw it. So we all jumped in the Trailblazer, went down to the Freedom Factory, did the awards. We came back, got everything loaded up, and we left the trailer at the track Friday night because we were going to get up to leave early Saturday morning. Well, as we're leaving, and ain't nobody around us, a frickin' Powerglide transmission shows up on the back of our trailer. Nobody around, and we're like, it's a nice one too. It's like a frickin' Reed SFI case Powerglide.
Oh, damn!
And we're like, what the heck? Like, how did
Thank
this
you,
even
Lord.
get here?
Yeah.
So it was the strangest thing. So we didn't even know what to do. So we're like, because I got thinking about it. I was like, well, I hope nobody left it on the trailer. And like I drove the trailer from the back up to like where we were parked at.
Oh shit!
And I was hoping nobody put it on there like back where the trailer was parked at. But I was like, no, I don't remember being on there.
Yeah.
So we go to get in the dually and leave, and I got thinking, and I was like, there was some guys with like a fifth wheel camper that were like parked behind us for a while, but like we were like getting everything together, but never talked to them or anything like that. And I'm like, I'm wondering if it was theirs. And literally, we're pulling out of we left it on the back of the trailer because it's like I don't know what to do,
Yeah.
So we're pulling out of the track, and here this fifth wheel camper comes in the track 100 miles an hour at midnight. They come flying around, and as we're pulling out of the track, they go flying up behind our trailer. And we didn't stick around, but like all I could think was it was the same people that was there before, and they must have been like moving some stuff in their fifth wheel, and like they forgot the transmission. I'm like,
how do you forget like a $5,000?
Yeah.
Dude, how do you put it on another? Like, oh, it'll be fine on that dude's trailer.
It was the most baffling thing ever. Like, I could not figure it out. All I could figure was like, if it's there in the morning, like I'll just take it up to the tower, find somebody, you know, and like, this was left here. I don't know what, but somebody left a nice Power Glide transmission right on the back of the trailer, and we had.
It's amazing. The Trailblazer just got so much faster.
Oh, I did that. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry
actually
about that.
400.
That was mine. Yeah.
Michael's tearing transmissions up, and I'm getting them out of nowhere.
You're growing them.
Oh, it was the weirdest thing. But like I said, it had to have been the people with the fifth wheel campers, because I just don't. I can't explain it any other way.
Like,
and it was.
Can you imagine that feeling? You get like you're on the road for about 20 minutes, and you're like,
"Oh God,
where did you leave that transmission?"
Yeah, on the back of a open wedge trailer, like.
Yeah.
It was so weird. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, you'll have that. But
I've misplaced my keys before, but not my transmission.
Oh, that's not something I'm gonna misplace.
I can only imagine. Like I said, I'm assuming it was theirs, but it's like, can you imagine just going down the road and being like, "Did you put that transmission up?" Nope. Did you? Nope.
Nope.
I mean, like when that thing came, I mean, they came flying in the track, and like literally they were coming in as we were leaving, and it was like I just assumed it was theirs. I don't know, but it wasn't there the next day. So
they come sliding up to it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was pretty wild. But that's
while you're out, get me another one of them Bud Lights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was like the one weird story we had of the week, and it was literally at midnight on Friday when everything was said and done.
the last thing.
Yeah.
That's nuts. All right, why don't y'all tell people where to find you again, and then we'll close it out.
You can find me on Instagram, motron.engineer, ENGR.
All right, and then Mike Silly on Facebook, and then Mike Murica LSX on Instagram. Oh, also, we had to rewire the lights on the trailer before we left on Friday because they all blew out on the back. I was like, Jesus Christ, man!
I just want to leave.
Yeah.
Oh man. So Coastal Racecraft on YouTube, Instagram. We do a little bit on Facebook, but definitely check out the YouTube. I think you guys will probably find something on there that you'll like. And we got a lot of stuff planned for this year. So getting ready to spend a bunch of money again.
Nice.
And
Scotty?
Questionable Performance Solutions. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We do a bunch of dumb stuff with welders, and we just make fun of each other.
Yeah, it's a great channel. Everybody has good stuff, and you guys know where all to find us. Again, I want to thank Destroyer 1320 for making all of the live streams possible throughout the week, even though there was about 2 of them. Service was horrible down there, but we'll try and make it up with some of the live streams. We are going to be going. I really want to do like some 30-minute live stuff in the afternoons, just right after work before my family gets home, with some quick stories from Sick Week. And then obviously upcoming Drag and Drive events. We're going to bring you all kinds of coverage for that stuff. There's 9 events. If you were just now getting in or just got in late, there's 9 Drag and Drive events that I know of for 2022. If you know of more, hit me up. I'll put I'll list all those out on our Instagram and probably on the YouTube channel too. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. 2 hours and 50 minutes. It's amazing how quickly time goes by when you're hanging out with fun people. So, thanks a bunch. Next Wednesday, we've got Zach Bloom on, who was driving the 90,000 mile Fox Body Mustang with a Pro Charger on it. We got Rob and Christy Lipinski on, and then somebody else from Sick Week. So we're going to stay Sick Week participants for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll start moving into kind of some of the upcoming Drag and Drive stuff. We've got Jared Holt, who is running the Thunder Valley Raceway Park, king of the open road Route 66 Drag and Drive events, like 300-mile loop. You're in it. That's awesome. I'm excited to talk to him, kind of hear about that. I think it's going to be kind of.
We're like 98% sure we're doing that one.
That's cool. It's going to be neat. I think it's like $80 or $100 to enter. I mean, I don't think it covers track. I don't think it covers track entry, which is a big deal on these kind of things. You don't have to pay for track entry and stuff like that. So, so it'll be cool to learn more about that one and hopefully get in on it. And then, June really kicks off. You've got Midwest Drags in June. You've got Race Rocky Mountain in June, and then September seems to be the next.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's 3 of them in September. There's 2.0 for Race Week. There's Hot Rod Drag Week, and then there's Nathan Shaw's One Guy's Garage Drag Weekend is in August or in September too. So crazy month. So if anybody wants to send a big check and sponsor our travels, I'm your dude. We'll be doing tons of content. I really look. I've said it the whole time. Drag and drive events will change your life, and they certainly have. So, and Carolina Drag Cruise Carolina Drag Cruise in May. So that seems like a cool one. There's no way I can back to back do that one with being gone from sick week for so long. So, but yeah, all right, cool. Thank you guys very much. You guys stay with me. I'm going to end this broadcast, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday, 7-ish, something like that, 7 Central. All right, later.